G.6 mindset, yeah. Started from a comment, now we deep in it.
Over. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and start. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to G6 Mindset Podcast, the award-winning G6 Mindset Podcast. Yours truly, Foxwarriorgaming4 as a host. Co-host is Shockwarrior here, and today's fill-in for co-host is Brandon.
Why can't I see Brandon?
Brandon, go ahead and turn your camera on, bro.
Come on, Brandon.
He will.
Sure he will.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
there we go.
Uh-oh. Wait for it. Wait for it. I'm waiting.
Come
on.
Oh, he's trying to figure his camera out.
Oh, that's fine.
Welcome to G4. Oh, well, I almost did it. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Yay, there's Brendan.
Oh.
Yes. All right, go ahead and...
Well, you got me, and I don't know. Am I a good guest, or am I just a I don't know.
You're just trouble.
And,
Foxy, this is so nice. I get to break two guys in at once. Ace is going to be better than Brandon, because Ace, I've been talking to him for like 2 days now. He's like, it's just Warrior. Screw him.
oh, all right, we're going to go ahead and introduce ourselves.
Okay.
Before I do so,
Yes.
there is a thing going on Kick right now, which is...
What's that?
This is for you guys as well. Anybody that's watching the stream right now, go ahead and collect your hours so you can get your 10 million kicks, but you have to collect the 7 tickets: 5 hours, 10 hours, 15 hours, 25 hours, 30 hours, 35 hours. So the longer you watch, the more hours go towards your tickets. So please go ahead and collect those. Take advantage of it. It is a promotion that Kick is doing. I actually think it's really cool. Really.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's kind of like gifted subs, but they're doing a promotion of giving it to the first 1,000.
Kind of like a new feature that YouTube does, where you make views go up. It's like that, but hours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whatever that is.
I am Foxwarriorgaming4. I am the host of the G6 Mindset Podcast. Go ahead, Victor.
Do Brandon.
Oh, Brandon,
do Brandon.
Ahead. Yeah. Brandon, go ahead. Introduce yourself.
I'm organizing my screen so I can see the chat and you guys.
Oh, okay.
Brandon, where are you at?
United Kingdom, UK.
Thank you. I heard something. I'm jealous of your accent, but okay.
Hold on.
All right. You want me to do it? I'll introduce.
Yeah, go ahead
I'll
and
introduce.
introduce yourself.
I'm Warrior. That's all I have to say. I'm one of the co-hosts once a month with Foxy, and on the G4.
There we go.
And our special co-host is Brandon, and I'm going to introduce our guest now, since Brandon's a little slow today, and I'm not skyrcraft. Brandon, you're just too easy to pick on right now. You're way too easy. So our guest today, I'd like to thank, first of all, I would personally like to thank our last month's guest,
Yes,
Scott from the Washington Wolfpack Arena football team. Because I don't know if I haven't seen anything. We haven't talked, Foxy, but he was great. I loved having him on the show.
A lot of people.
So I don't know.
I've
Did they comment?
Doctors talked about it. Brandon said he actually enjoyed a little.
Awesome.
Enjoyed him too.
Yeah, he was
talking
awesome.
about it for hours after. I couldn't even get him to stop talking. He was so excited. I was excited too afterwards, and then because I do 2 streams in one night when I do podcasts.
Right.
So
I
was.
You were
excited
tired
going in. Well, I was tired, but I was still excited when I went into the next stream, and then had a little party like I normally do.
Awesome. Well, tonight's guest is going to be, I believe, as fun, if not fun, in a different way. In the yellow is Ace Atlas of the Pacific Northwest Wrestling It's Relentless Wrestling, correct?
Yes, sir.
Ace? And Ace is just beginning his career in pro wrestling. And we have something, or we don't. I'm sorry, Ace. I'm stepping on. I'm trying to take up part of it already. Relentless just had a show last weekend, correct?
Yes, sir.
Here in Airway Heights in Spokane. And Ace was not a part of that show, but he's upcoming June 13th. See, I remember this stuff. Is the next Relentless Wrestling show, and it is a Royal Rumble. And
From
Ace
Relentless.
had Relentless. Sorry, Relentless.
It's not a Relentless show. It is a.
Oh, it's not
It is
independent.
not. It
Okay.
is an independent show put on by a gentleman named John, and it's called
John?
Black Day Rumble.
Oh, okay. I apologize. Well, there you go. Well, we'll hit John up. I'm gonna the friend, same one I know, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Oh, John, oh my God, you're gonna be on the show, Ace. As far as I'm concerned, now you're gonna be you got to be, because I'm gonna be busting John's ass now. Anyway, so there's Royal Rumble coming up in June 13th, and Ace has not heard officially if he's a part of that show, but we are going to promote, we're going to push, and we're going to get some information to the powers to be to get John in the Royal Rumble.
Absolutely.
For his first time out there. Ace Atlas, thank you for being on the show. There's more to Ace than just his pro wrestling career, and people will know him because of this. That if they're a WWE wrestling fan, you have to, especially in the Spokane area. If you went to one of the last shows, which is like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, 2 years ago.
About 3 years ago.
Okay, thank you. It was like February 2 years ago ish. We'll save that part. Well, but there's more to Ace than you see. He's loving it, and Foxy's just going. He knows about it, so we'll get there. And I don't mean to be taking over the show, but since I'm bringing Ace on, and I know gives Foxy a little bit of break, but Ace, thank you for being on the show. Thank you for being our first pro wrestler. I know Foxy's excited because of it.
Yes,
I know I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Foxy, this is Ace Foxy.
Nice to meet you, Ace.
Nice to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
We will promote the shit out of you and do whatever we can to help you. I told him that when we talked before the show, Foxy, and here we are. So I'll try to shut up. Ace, what do you want to say? Introduce yourself.
Oh,
Whatever, you're on.
To interrupt you for a minute, this is
Yes.
Dave, Shockwarrior. So I did talk to Brandon. I have to talk to Doctor about it, but with the background for YouTube, I don't have any music on right now, so they can't get us for copyright. So that's what
We can probably get on it.
It's easier to make clips.
Yeah, Brandon's
Yep,
been on
awesome.
YouTube for many years, so I asked him, and he said, "Yeah, just keep the music down
There you
or
go.
off."
There you
So,
go.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you for interrupting. So Ace, we're going to get you on. We're going to get this on YouTube as soon as possible too. So it's go ahead, Ace. It's all up to you. Tell us about yourself. Talk to us.
Well, I had a great introduction. My name is Ace Atlas. I go by Mr. Red, White, and Blue. I former Navy, currently living in Spokane. Grew up in California, lived in Illinois, was in Russia for a little bit, and settled my roots down here in Spokane. I moved up here when I was 19 years old. I heard that my biological mom had a brain tumor, so I moved up here to take care of her. For about 2 years before then, I wasn't really into wrestling as much as I used to be. And I made a promise to my dad growing up that one day I would be somebody. One day I would step foot in the ring and I would be able to lace up the shoes of Kurt Angle. I'd be able to lace up John Cena's boots. I'd be able to lace up Ultimate Warrior's boots if I wanted to. And that's what I told him growing up. And he pushed me and he pushed me and he pushed me to a point where I thought it was borderline torture. He wanted what was best for me, but being a dumb kid, I didn't know any better. So I kind of separated myself from my dad for a little bit. About 2 years ago, my dad, he sadly took his own.
So sorry.
dealing with depression for many years. I'm just proud that 2 years, 3 years before he passed away, him and I made amends. We got back in touch, and I was able to have a relationship with my dad. The thing that hurts, though, and the thing that's fueling me to be the best wrestler that I can be currently is knowing that although my dad can't be there to watch me physically whip some ass, win some titles, take some names, I know that he's going to be watching down above me, and he's going to see that every step I've taken throughout my life has led me to this moment. And hopefully June 13th will be my moment. It's 2 days after I turn 23. It'll be my first time in front of a live audience for the Flag Day Royal Rumble. And who better to enter the Flag Day Royal Rumble than Mr. Red, White, and Blue himself? Because you can't have a Flag Day without the USA, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You're good. You've been working on your promo. You're good.
I love it. I love it.
Wow. I don't even know what. Yes, I don't even know what to say right now. I'm actually kind of stunned. That was good. That was good. Who do we? You have that information that we talked about in front of you right now, because we're going to say it throughout the show, because we got to get a hold of John. You haven't found John's Instagram yet, have you?
I have not found John's Instagram. However, John is 100% open to having me part of the Rumble. He said that up to my coach, who calls himself the hometown hero, but goes around cheating every match that he's a part of, using tasers, having his tag team come out, the ascendancy, trying to tear apart this great sport that, well, Warrior, you grew up loving, I grew up loving, and I'm going to speak for Fox here. I'm going to assume that he grew up loving it as well.
Yes.
And he's mockery. He's turned it upside down, put it on its head, and he left it outside. He doesn't think that wrestling is as good as it used to be, which that's the one thing I can agree with this man on. But my coach, Chase James, the hometown hero, has another thing coming if he doesn't think that the American hero is going to be in this Royal Rumble. I'm the one that's been pushing for him to accept me into this match. I've been pushing and I've been putting in the work day after day after day. I've been hitting the gym. I've been signing the autographs. I've been kissing the babies. I've been doing everything I'm supposed to do. But for some reason, the hometown zero, Chase James, can't get it through his thick skull that this is what is best for business. And if you guys want to go on and you want to harass him a little bit, by all means, his Instagram is Chase James 85 on Instagram. Go ahead, reach out to him, tell him that this is what you guys want. But Chase has been refusing to let me get into the ring because he knows that once I step in, that hometown hero name is gone like that.
So you see, he's afraid. You're telling me he's afraid. That's all. That's what you get, Foxy.
Yeah, that's what I get.
All. You know, I've never met.
Chase knows that the only way he'll ever be able to defeat me one-on-one is if he does have his buddies in his corner. But in my opinion, that's not a one-on-one. And if I do get to the point where I get to sit in the ring across from Chase James, he better bring a lantern and a sack lunch because it's going to get real dark real quick. He can have his two hooligans and his henchmen sit down on the curb with some popcorn and watch, because I will gladly take them on back to back to back. But I'm not doing the 3-on-1 bullshit that Chase James is used to.
You know, Ace, we might have to pull out. Warrior might have to pull out and be a part of your backup team. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm red, white, and blue all the way. And if I get to back, if I was in your corner to back you up, and they got to deal with two. You take Chase on one-on-one, although he's afraid of you, obviously. So, just saying, Warrior might come out of retirement, not the Ultimate Warrior, but just Warrior. I might have to show up, not only bring you out and represent you, which we're going to do anyway, but I'm there for you, brother. Foxy, excited, aren't you?
Yes, I'm super excited. I like his demeanor. I like his charisma. I love that.
little swagger there. You know,
Mhm.
Ace told me beforehand. I didn't catch all the charisma that you have, but I'm digging it. Digging it. The other part of Ace, I'll share with you guys now. Once again, Chase, what was that at Instagram? Chase what?
Chase James 85 or 58. It's one of those two numbers.
Okay.
I don't care because I don't
Yeah.
really care that much.
Yeah. Yeah. You just got to talk to him and go, come on, let's do it. Stop talking. Stop running. Stop, stop running, Chase. Stop running. The other part of fame for Ace Atlas is he has a connection with WWE superstar Cody Rhodes, don't you?
I do.
So,
I do.
do you want me? You want me to lead you in, or you just want? Let me. I'll lead him in just a smidge. Ace is married. He was not married several years ago, and at a local in Spokane, WWE came in, did a show, and I was there. Foxy, were you there?
I believe so.
And I didn't know this till after the fact. I wanted to get Ace on for the wrestling for his pro wrestling to go against his against Chase. Now you got me fired up. I want to kick his ass, and I'm not a. Cody was performing that night against what was the match? I don't remember. I just remember after the fact. It was after the wrestling. He was the last match of the night, right? And there's a fan in the audience. There's a fan in the audience that coincidentally was Ace, and he had a sign, and the sign said,
Cody, will you be my best man?
and you can find this on WWE. You can find it on YouTube. And Ace was the guy that wanted Cody to be his best man, and surprisingly, to not only I'm sure to you, Ace, and your fiance at the time, now your wife, to the rest of the audience, Cody responded. And how did he respond?
So, we're gonna back up to before
Please
the event started.
Yes.
My best friend of 12 years wasn't able to make it to our wedding. He just was in a bad financial spot. He wouldn't be able to make it up here. So we said, you know what? What if, because I know your wife got you tickets or your fiance got you tickets to go to a WWE event. He said, what if you go there and you ask Cody Rhodes to be your best man?
So it was your friend's idea?
It was my friend's idea.
Awesome.
And I told him, I said, no fucking way is that going to work. But I wanted to for him, so I made the sign. I sent him a picture. I said, "Look, I'm going to do it just for you."
Right.
My wife and I were waiting outside, or my fiance at the time.
Okay.
So
Right.
we're waiting in line, and they come through and they're measuring all of our signs, making sure that they're fit to go inside. Ours made the cut by about an inch, and they said, "You're good to go." But about 30 minutes later, as the line's moving, a worker comes up and says, "Hey, that sign's too big." We decided about 15 minutes ago it has to be the size of a piece of printer paper. So every hope that I had of Cody ever being the best man went right out the window. I folded the cardboard up because it was on a white cardboard poster board, whatever it was. Folded it up, and I was heading to the garbage can to go throw it away. And the head of security came over and said, "I read your sign. I liked your sign. Keep it." He said, "I'm going to give you special permission to go in there with that sign." And I said, "I owe you one." We're there. Never owed it to him. He never reached out, but I do owe. If you worked at Spokane Arena as the head security guard, I owe you one. But never heard from him again. But my wife and I were in our spots. Matches are going, intermission hits, and it's time.
Now, did you have where were your seats at?
We were. So if we're looking at the ramp right here, okay,
right
on my side or however you want to do this, we were off on the. If you're on the stage, we're off to the right side of the ramp,
right,
third row in.
Okay, so third row. Okay,
Third row. We're about kitty corner with one of the corners of the ring.
right.
And here comes Cody Rhodes. He's having a match against Shinsuke Nakamura in a Spokane street fight. Cody put Shinsuke through a table, beat him with a kendo stick, won the match. Cody was going to go give one of his iconic speeches of the, so what do you guys want to talk about? You know, like he always does. And as he went to go speak, he turned around and he saw my sign. And Cody got up on the turnbuckles and said, hold on. There's a very unique sign out here tonight. Cody, will you be the best man at my wedding? Cody got the audience's reaction. It went on for about 5 minutes. He was milking it a little bit.
Yeah.
He finally turned and said he would indeed be the best man at our wedding.
Yep. And you can see that on it's. I watched it after we talked. I had to go show my woman who was our guest this on the podcast. Yeah.
Funny thing enough. Sorry to interrupt here. I do remember hearing about this. That's crazy that I'm talking.
That it's Nate.
Yeah.
We not only have the guy that hung out with Cody and got his attention because I don't think now I'm sure a lot of people try that with at shows, but go ahead. I'm sorry. So I don't if I'm interrupting tough that's what I do. So Ace, we talked. So he had preferenced his work schedule, but he said he'd be your best man. So
Yes,
knowing that, and they work all the time, you know that obviously.
Oh, yeah.
So how did it pan out, and what were the next steps? Because I actually watched where he goes, I just agreed to be somebody's best man. I don't even know who it was. I don't know his name. I don't know.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So how did you you reach out to him at that point? How did that move forward?
So what happened is after he agreed to be our best man, he pulled my now wife pulled us up ringside, signed our sign. Really funny. I had on the back side of the Cody Be My Best Man, it said RKO. Because I'm a diehard Randy Orton fan. And he didn't read the sign before signing it, so he signed the RKO side. And I said, hey, I was like, Mr. Rhodes, you signed the wrong side. So he flipped it over, signed it. His agent came out and got our information and texted us right there. He got my phone number, sent me a message to make sure I had his phone number, and the rest was history. He reached out to me about once or twice a week just to check on how the wedding was going, how the planning was going.
Was that Cody or the manager?
Sometimes it was a mix of both. Sometimes I would talk to his agent's name is Brian, talk to Brian on the phone.
Right.
And he'd be able to hear Cody in the background, and Cody would be like, oh, ask him this.
Right.
So indirectly talked to Cody for a little bit.
Right.
He paid for my wife and I to go to WrestleMania, which was John Cena's last WrestleMania.
Oh my gosh.
And then he paid for us to go to SummerSlam, which ironically enough was John Cena's final SummerSlam as well. During WrestleMania weekend, we didn't get to really see much of Cody because it's the Super Bowl of WWE.
Yeah.
So
but you were there.
Oh,
you were there. You were there guest because Cody got you there.
Yeah, he got us there. He got us special tickets to have like up close seating. For WrestleMania, we didn't have the best seats, but we did sit next to a woman that he paid to have there as well. And we were talking to her for a little bit, and we were like, well, how do you know Cody? And she said, oh, I know Cody, I know Dusty, I know Dustin. So she named off the entire Rhodes family, and we're like, who is this lady? She was Cody Rhodes' high school English teacher. And she believed Cody would make it into the WWE. So every event that he goes to, he pays for her to go to. Her name was Jody. She was a lovely lady. We invited her to the wedding as well, just because.
Right. The right thing to do.
She was a wonderful woman. My wife and I loved sitting next to her. WrestleMania night 2, we sat next to a couple of younger people that were definitely not Jody and definitely not as sweet as her. We met Jelly Roll while we were at WrestleMania, and I went down and I talked to him for a little bit. And only after the show did I find out, when my wife came down to meet Jelly Roll as well, because he was waving her on, that someone pushed her out of the way.
Oh.
And she told me afterwards, because she didn't want to have Cody look bad for me beating the shit out of somebody right there for putting hands on my wife.
Yeah.
But this is the asking Cody to be my best man has been life changing. I tried to get into a couple of different wrestling schools growing up, and everyone was either full or not accepting at the time. And after I asked Cody to be my best man, I had a fella by the name of Archer Blackwell reach out to me. Wish it was anyone else but him. He is part of the Ascendancy. He is Chase James's lapdog. He does Chase's dirty work for him, which I'm not a fan of. If you're a man, you should do your own work. But he reached out to me, said, hey, what you did was incredible. It was awesome. You should come check out Relentless. So my wife and I started going to Relentless. I started training with them. Met some of the coolest people I've ever met. Met some of the dumbest people I've ever met, a.k.a. Chase. I could honestly sit here and talk about how much I hate that guy all day. But I implore you to go and watch the videos on YouTube. Just look up Relentless Wrestling on YouTube, and you'll see Chase James super kicking his wife, beating up on their less. 100%.
Wow.
But in the spirit of wrestling, this last match that Chase was in, he was in a tag team match where it was the Ascendancy versus one of the best indie wrestlers of all time, Effie, Jackson Price, the 7-foot giant, and his wife, fiance, whatever you want to call her, Ashley Knight. So he, in fact, went up against her, where she proceeded to, how do I put this in a term that's not too bad? Proceeded to beat the ever-living shit out of Chase, winning the match and pinning Chase down. And on his birthday, mind you, it was March 23rd, correct, honey? Or 22nd. March 22nd, Chase's birthday. 21st, Jesus, oh my God. March 21st, lost to his wife. It was a full circle moment. It was beautiful. WWE superstar Big E reached out to wish Chase a happy birthday and call him the coward like he is. So not only is the trainee talking bad about Chase James, we got Big E Langston from the New Day, from WWE, who doesn't even know the man, who's also talking down to him, because that's just the kind of guy Chase is.
He brings that following with him, huh? Wow.
Everywhere he goes. I'm pretty sure I've had some bad experiences at the DMV. We've all had bad experiences there. I've sat there for 3 hours. I think that when Chase goes, I'm pretty sure they hold him there from open till close just because of how big of a douchebag he is.
Oh my God. And that was Chase. What again? What is the Instagram? Chase
James 5'8" or 8'5". I don't remember which one it is.
Okay. I'm not on Instagram, but Chase James.
And you'll see him. He's a bigger guy. He's about my size. If I stopped working out. So he's a little bit smaller than me. He's wearing a black Ascendancy shirt and some shorts showing off his muffins.
Foxy, are you finding this?
What was
Foxy,
that?
you can look him up right now. Foxy, look this guy up right now. Chase James, whatever, 58 or 80, whatever.
Oh yeah, sorry to interrupt. We do have a poll right now, chat. Do you like pro wrestling? Easy vote, yes or no. Got 5 minutes to vote.
You're doing it on through
on
Discord,
Kick.
right?
No, on Kick.
Okay.
Yeah.
On Kick. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Let me find it. Okay,
wow.
It's Chase what?
Chase James.
58.
Either 58. Look at that one first.
Yep.
Okay.
My wife just corrected me. She said it was 58. Don't know.
Oh, that's
Like
awesome.
that she knows that.
And what's your wife's first name again?
My
your
wife's
wife's
Jordan.
Oh, I found it.
One more time.
Jordan?
Okay. Jordan. Thanks, Jordan.
This guy.
Oh
Is that it?
my
Fox,
God.
I'm going to give you a warning right now, man. If you put that back on the screen, I throw up.
Oh.
We don't need that. I just want to make sure. Foxy, hit him up. Hit him. Tell him he's a dog. Tell him he's a dog.
I'm going to.
We'll bring it on. Like I said, Ace.
Like that. I wouldn't insult dogs. Dogs are loyal. Dogs are good. If I was to compare Chase James to anything, it would have to be tits on a snake.
Wow. Alrighty then.
Okay.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay. Well, I don't want to insult because I have dogs and I like my dogs. So
I got
Wow.
two of them. I can tolerate one, and I like the other.
and you can't. Oh, so being part of getting on with Relentless Wrestling and practicing, and you're getting ready to be a part of the Royal Rumble because we're gonna push you, man. We
Yes.
obviously you have some scores to settle with Chase, and I'm gonna probably have to be there. I whether in the stand watching or participating somehow. I'm just telling you right now, Ace. I don't know. I feel your anger, and
Same.
yeah. So get on Chase James 58 Instagram. Any of our listeners, any of our watchers, please talk. What should they say, or how should they? So I don't do the Instagram.
Yeah,
So
what do we have to say?
what do you
You know
want to
what?
say? Stop being a coward. Let's get Ace Atlas part of the Rumble.
I'm thinking what we could do is I'm not too tech savvy. I don't even know if hashtags are a thing anymore. I'm hardly on Instagram. I think that we should start a hashtag if it's still trending called hashtag Let Ace In.
There you go.
Okay.
Can you put that, Foxy?
Yeah.
You got that?
Yes.
Do it.
Hashtag
Let Ace in.
Let Ace in. Yes. Doctor, write that
Hashtag
down.
let
We'll
Ace.
remember that. I'm gonna actually do that on because I like to do videos and stuff for Instagram. So I'll do that.
There you go.
Post
Yeah,
it
let's push
on
it, people.
Twitter. I'll post it on Instagram. Post it on TikTok.
Let Ace in.
Mm-hmm.
Let Ace in.
And
I like
anybody
it.
that's watching, hashtag Let Ace In. You guys can do a
Do it.
video. That would be freaking amazing.
You know,
Let's back to-
the thing about Chase James, sorry, I keep going back to him, but
Oh, good. Let
I
it
wanna-
know.
Yeah, let it
I
out.
want to clear the air a little bit. Chase James has never done anything to me. But I personally can't sit around and watch as there's injustice in the ring. I can't sit around and watch as someone lies, cheats, and steals everything he's ever gotten. I believe that justice needs to be served. I believe in liberty and justice for all. I believe that all men are created equal. And with that said, Chase, he's not doing that. He's not upholding himself to the standard that I know that he can. He's not competing in a sense of pride. He's not competing in a sense of humility. He's just a coward. And I can't stand that. I can't stand when people go around and make this sport seem less than what it is. I can't stand it when people go out there and degrade professional wrestling by doing the cheap way out. Because if there was a cheap way out of anything, everyone would be doing it.
Right.
And the sad thing is that there are people that take the cheap way out. I don't believe in that. I believe that hard work earns you hard opportunities, and hard opportunity earns you hard cash. I believe that a man is
Do we lose him?
I don't know what happened.
Come on, Foxy, get him back.
Message him if you can, and tell him to exit,
Relog in.
and then
Yeah.
close out of Discord and then come right back in.
I'm digging him right now. I am digging
I am
on
too.
Ace.
This is This is a lot of fun. Damn it! His
And
camera's frozen.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he is.
He's back. I think he's back. Are you back?
I think that was Brandon.
Okay.
hold on.
I'll be back.
Let me switch him in a different room when I'm back.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on, Warrior. Let's see if that works.
Yep.
Okay.
Wrong
Here I am.
person.
Oh, wrong person, Brandon.
Come on, Brandon.
Okay.
We'll get him back. We'll get him back. Oh, let's see if we get Ace.
Was that fixed
there.
it for you? Can you hear us?
Can
Are you there, Ace?
Are you there, Ace?
He's coming. Maybe. Just like Brandon, he
I
wants to
think
do
maybe
dramatic.
Yeah, go ahead and message him, Vic.
Okay. I got it. Hold on. Try again.
Okay.
Shoot.
You want me to go ahead and disconnect him, Brandon?
You know,
Yeah.
yes, didn't he?
Out. He was on fire.
Yeah, damn it.
No, he's removed himself.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's see. He should be coming back, hopefully.
And it looks like your camera's gone off.
Yeah, I know he's messaging him right now.
Yeah, I'm messaging him. I cut my camera off. I don't want to see you guys see me naked.
Oh my god.
You're welcome. Let's see if it comes back. I'll come back myself here in a second. La 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 la. Where am I? There I am. And yeah. Shut up. Da, 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 da.
There we go.
I'm back. Let's see if Ace comes back.
Yeah.
So we'll wait for a second or two, but that was Chase James 58. Let's push that.
Yes, Chase
I-
James 58. Let's push that. Yes.
And I said something, but I told Ace that Warrior in full character from the Wolfpack may have to bring him out to the Royal Rumble. So I just think it'd be fun.
Yeah, I do too.
So
I do too.
might have to.
What do you think so far, Brandon?
It's all right.
Is it?
Are you? Hey, Brandon, are you a wrestling guy?
Particularly not really.
Okay. No,
Sorry.
that's fine. But I'm not going to bust you for that. It's I don't watch it like I used to. So
Hey,
have you
Vic,
noticed that Brandon's hands are really
Vic,
small?
You noticed something about? Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Oh, it's just I'm touching my face. Is anything wrong with that?
No, not at all. Not at all, Brandon. I don't know what you're talking about. Come on. Foxy, I'm not that.
Wow.
I'm more than
I'm
aware
touching
than.
my face.
I know, you're just touching your face. Foxy, do you think I'm that slow? Of course I notice stuff.
I
Okay.
didn't really notice. I didn't really notice it until
Fox,
Doctor
have
in
you
chat.
not even noticed?
Yeah, I didn't notice. Doctor puts a comment in here. How
Hello.
the fuck does Brandon have small baby hands? What the fuck? I'm high as fuck.
Jeez. I'll be back. Let me try to get hold of it.
Oh, so
Okay.
hands.
You know what that means, Brandon? Small hands, small penis. That wasn't very nice. I know, I'm not a very nice guy.
I fucking did. Oh my god. Oh, there we are.
Is Ace back?
Yep, he's back.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, had some internet problems. I think Chase heard me talking shit and cut it.
Ha! Ha! Oh, Ace, I am so. I don't know if that was the deal, but I apologize. I apologize for any technical on our end or whatever. I'm just glad you're back.
No, it's okay. I had to go restart the Wi-Fi. I had to check the house, make sure Chase wasn't in here. I had to make sure he wasn't trying to sabotage what's going on here because I've been talking out about him a lot. So I might pump the hate brakes a little bit on that to prevent another outage.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Let's segue out of that for now because let's get a little happy here. We can get angry here near the end of the show and or a little bit later. So the away from him and all that, but let's go back to your experiences with Cody and the WWE because you went to WrestleMania. You did the two nights, and he took care of you. Because Cody was unable to be your best man. Correct?
Sadly, he was not. However, that might have put a lot of people down. Other fans might have looked at it thinking, Cody promised me this, Cody promised me that. Cody didn't pull through. Cody more than pulled through on our end. I grew up watching John Cena. I remember when John Cena versus Randy Orton was a thing, John Cena versus AJ Styles, John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. And the fact that Cody was able to hook my wife and I up with tickets to the last SummerSlam and WrestleMania that John Cena will ever be at was a surreal moment. The very first wrestling event I ever went to, my sister won my mother and I tickets on a radio show back home in Sacramento.
Wow.
And when I was about 12 years old when I went. And I remember the main event, this was an untelevised, this was a Saturday night event, Saturday night main event.
Okay.
And the main event was John Cena versus Kane.
Oh,
and
wow.
growing up watching John Cena, knowing that he's the good guy, knowing that Kane is the big bad, I wanted John Cena to win so badly. And I remember my mom telling me we had to leave early because of traffic. Sacramento traffic, if you all haven't been to Sacramento, I don't recommend it. It's like downtown Spokane rush hour. It's pretty bad. But the one thing I remember from that event, besides Nikki Bella, because Nikki Bella was there.
Okay.
That's a story for another time. That's when I became a man, all right? But I remember that I was about 12 rows back. It wasn't as packed as I thought it was going to be. My mom and I were in the 12th row, and it was empty behind us. It was empty in the rows that we were in. They just didn't advertise this wrestling event as much as the others due to the fact that it was a Saturday night one, and I believe this was right before a WrestleMania that happened in San Diego, so everyone was saving up money to go there, so they didn't have time to go to the main event, Saturday night main event. But I remember John Cena got up and shoulder checked Kane. And I was screaming my head off. I was screaming, John, John. And I did the you can't see me to him, and he pointed at me, and he did it right back.
Oh, wow.
And it was a full circle moment because 10 years later, from the age of 12 all the way up to 22, I finally got to rewatch John Cena live for his final matches. And sitting in those chairs, although they were uncomfortable, on the WrestleMania ones were awful, but we got the special chairs during SummerSlam. It was a huge event. Cody wanted us to be front and center. He wanted us to be able to watch as the action went down. And although John Cena was a heel, the kid in me still wanted John to win, but the groom in me wanted my best man to win. And I was torn, but they put on a hell of a show. And being able to watch John Cena's final SummerSlam was amazing, in my opinion. And I was yelling for both Cody and John. And towards the end of the match, Cody won. Cody pointed at me. It just was a full circle moment. And after Cody won, he left, and John was in the ring, and that's when my worst nightmare showed up. Brock Lesnar, that fool is bigger in person than he is on screen. I used to think that Brock Lesnar was built like a brick shithouse, but seeing him in person, he's the size of a silverback gorilla with the strength to prove it. and being able to just be in these positions where my life fully changed, and it was all because I bought a piece of cardboard and a marker from the dollar store.
Right.
and it was all over a joke, which
Your
became
best
a
friend.
reality so fast that I blinked and I missed it. I remember going to bed the night after Cody said that he was going to be the best man, and I was on TikTok for a little bit. I had about 100 followers, whatever, and throughout the week, it just kept skyrocketing. I kept getting more and more and more, and it was just a surreal moment to a point where I didn't take the time to stop and smell the flowers. I was riding the high of I just got popular out of nowhere. I was that weird kid in high school no one wanted to hang out with. I was always talking wrestling. I was always playing chess. If you wanted to find me on a Wednesday night,
Oh, we lost him again. Is it us or him?
It's
Is it us?
It's not
Okay.
us.
Same
Okay.
for me.
Yeah.
Okay. That's right.
I'm just writing down questions I never wrote down questions I want to ask
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good. I just want to make sure it's not us. If it's him, that's fine that way. Yeah. So Foxy, what do you think of our guest so far?
I freaking love this guy. This is freaking. I don't even know.
Did
what to think.
Did I do okay?
Yeah, you did more than okay. What the hell? This is great. What do you think, Brandon?
Brandon, whatever. He's Americans,
Oh.
wrestlers, whatever. Whatever, I don't care. Whatever.
Knew I had an energy. Like,
What is that?
It's like it's literally going from high levels, just like.
You should really, Brandon, you should really learn how to deal with that stuff. Come on now. Be a professional.
Mm. He's
Doing
good.
whatever.
Brandon's really good when it comes to YouTube. Yeah.
So what, Brandon, so what do you, YouTube, you have your own channel and everything? What do you?
Yeah, I've been doing YouTube since I was 8 years old, way back in the day in 2007, way before YouTube had strict guidelines and all that
Yeah.
crap.
The good times?
Yep.
Wow. So it sucks nowadays, doesn't it?
Yeah, like with all these guidelines straight to like what music you can and can't do.
Coming back. I think he's trying to get back, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm curious. I'll have to check out your work and check it out on YouTube.
Oh yeah, he does really like. Let's put it this way: he puts together like freaking. He'll go to the movies. It's kind of like a documentary, but real short. Awesome video.
Yeah. Oh.
And then our
Nice.
other good friend, Mikey. He's not in here, but Mikey. He's does well as good as Brandon does. They both do. He's a YouTuber as well. He's putting together a whole year documentary of what he does during the day and stuff.
I think the last one coming out today.
Yeah,
No.
there's one that's coming out today, but he's putting together a year long that he recorded last year, and he's
Right.
releasing it out this year.
Nice.
It's actually really cool.
So Foxy, can Brandon or this other gentleman put together a little mini doc of this show?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We just have to, since we don't have the background music playing right now.
Yeah,
that's
right.
going to be perfect.
Yeah, well, but that's we can do that.
Yeah, and I can also, because I do have my own music that I had an album for last year. We can actually add and use some of that into.
Well, yeah, and you can use any of the Plastic Saint stuff too. Hey, look,
Yeah,
Ace,
okay.
it's you must have pissed off Chase. That's all I can say, man.
what I'm thinking is he didn't like that I was talking shit about him, and he didn't like that I wasn't talking about him.
Yeah, well, it's ego. It's ego all the way around.
Yeah, absolutely, but I don't think that problem's going to happen again. I sent him a cease and desist, so we should be good.
Ace, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't us, and we're good as long as if you drop out again, just come back in. I just wanted to make sure we weren't screwing with you. So now that I know that it's not us, and you're on your end, I'm good. I'm
on your end, like we're frozen. Just leave and join back in.
Yeah.
I listened to you texted me a minute ago, Warrior, and I did. I just now logged out and logged back in as well.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Good.
Just in hopes, and then I disconnected my Wi-Fi on my phone and reconnected it. Now I got full bars. So
There you go.
There you go.
So you're rambling on, and I don't want you to be done yet, but let me interrupt real quick. I just want to ask, are you having fun?
What was that?
Ace, are you enjoying being on the show?
I'm absolutely loving it.
Okay,
Love to hear
that's
that.
my and Foxy, you know this how I am, is we have to have fun, and
Yes.
I know Foxy's just drooling.
Oh yeah, I'm writing
He,
down
he,
questions.
while you were away, he's like drooling. He had to wipe his chin off because he's talking to a pro. And just because of what you've done now, we shared the Cody thing, the connection, and he started drooling a little bit more while you're off the air. So,
Well, Foxy, I'm married, man. I take high appreciation for that. I'm married happily sometimes.
well, Ace, I wouldn't go that far. He didn't think you were that cute. He was just drooling because of the energy and excitement that you're bringing to the show.
Is that
Come on now,
Mhm.
come on.
I don't know. My wife said the same thing when I first met her. She was like, "I'm not drooling over you. I'm drooling over this frozen yogurt that you just bought me." Bullshit. Because 4 years later we got married. You know.
Well, all right, Ace. Now that you bring it, I'm kind of thinking you're kind of cute, but okay. Anyway,
Oh my gosh.
3 years. She had to correct me, and I'm not gonna say
See?
she's wrong.
Yeah. Well, happy. Yeah. I guess that's why I've been married, divorced several times because, yeah, I don't play that game.
She gets what
Fox,
she wants.
well, you're married with kids. Now you have two kids. Is third on the way or three now?
We have no kids currently.
I'm sorry.
This is our first.
Okay. I got you mixed up with something else that I did this week. Okay.
You know how they say, bad things come in threes. We dealt with the loss of my father. We got some
Right.
news that her uncle is dealing with cancer.
Sorry to hear.
And right about that time, we found out we were dealing with a miscarriage.
Oh, I'm so
So
sorry.
So sorry.
we went through that for a little bit. But we tried again.
You're man enough to try again? That's
Absolutely.
sarcasm, brother. That's sarcasm. Good for
Brother, she didn't
you.
have to ask. All she had to say is she wanted a baby, and I said, "Let's go." The only time I ever paid attention in school is when they were teaching that.
It wasn't even at school. Be honest. Come on now. You're a man. You're a man. Just so you know, Ace, my woman she went through cervical cancer and she's clear. She's clean now. And Foxy's gone through some stuff. So we're here in the corner in more ways than one. So you guys you'll get there. Things will happen for a reason. Who knows why? I just had a brother had a heart attack, younger brother,
Right.
and he's doing okay. And so it's the community Foxy and I have known each other for quite a while now, and we've seen each other go through some stuff. Well, I lost Grandpa a few years ago. Lost my dad a few years back.
And then
Yep. So
Jeremy right over there. That's where number 4.
that's right.
comes
That's right.
from. I put that on there.
Yeah, we got a couple of those. Don't we?
And then yours is
Yeah.
right here.
Yep.
Well, I would like to cap off the bad news that I gave with good news.
Okay.
The baby's growing. The baby's healthy. We're having our gender reveal on April 4th to find out if it's a boy or a girl.
Awesome.
So we're doing really good on that end.
Ace. Okay, your wife's not listening. Is it?
She is, but she doesn't listen. She's listening, but she doesn't listen.
Jordan, just because you're supposed to just wish for a healthy one, boy or girl. Because I don't have kids, and I always wanted a kid. I always wanted a boy. Always. I already had his name picked out. Even not any of my exes. I told him getting married. I said, we have a kid. It's a boy. I have his name. They go, what? So, yes, you want a healthy baby. I get that. Boy, girl, or do you? Because you might want a girl. Some guys.
What do you prefer, boy or girl? What do you think it is, and what do you want it to be?
If you do,
I always wanted a girl, but deep down I think
for you,
it's a boy.
Shockwarrior. If you get married, I'll be the best man in the wedding. I'll dress up.
I don't know if you heard, but she wants it to be a girl, but deep down she thinks it's a boy. I want it to be a boy, but I think it's going to be a girl.
Well, we will share the news on our next as soon as we can. Now you'll have lots of other people contact on the 4th, which is like a week and a half away, something like that, isn't it? Yeah, a week away.
Next weekend.
Away. So I'll be waiting to hear from you, or I'll be texting you, going, what? So, yeah. And so you cut out while you're talking about back to watching John being a heel against Cody. Cody did win. I didn't watch the event, so I didn't watch. But you're watching. You were talking about Brock being a bigger than life, and not just bigger than life, but he's bigger than life. And so that's about where you cut out with us. So if you can remember where you're at with that, and go from there, because again, Foxy's drooling on your stories. I'm enjoying your storytelling because I get it. I've been with. I got to hang out with the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh yeah,
and I've been being a rock and roller. I've been the hero too, as well as being Shockwarrior, Wolfpack Warrior.
I'm gonna go grab something. I'm gonna show you guys in just a minute.
Okay. So Ace, go ahead, take it from there, will you, please?
Yeah, I'll pick it up where I laid it down.
Yes.
Brock Lesnar comes out, fucking silverback gorilla of a man, and during this time, during SummerSlam, there was a trend on TikTok going around where people were talking about a gorilla versus 100 men who would win. And after seeing Brock in person, I honestly believe that it would be 100 gorillas versus one Brock, and it would still be unfair. He's
really?
he was a massive dude. Like, I'm not too tall. I'm capped out at 6'1". I weigh about 300 pounds. My left thigh is bigger than you are, Warrior. And I always thought, I'm a big dude. I'm the size of Brock's left thigh, so I understand. It's
there you go.
not easy. My dad growing up used to tell me, you might be all big and bad, but there's gonna be someone bigger and badder
Always
out there. Yeah, always. And I believe that statement's true for everyone except for Brock Lesnar. Everyone's bigger and badder, and there's that fucking freak of nature.
Wow. How he's that big. I was at WrestleMania 19 in Seattle, but I wasn't that close. And I've seen him on TV. I didn't realize he's that monstrous.
He was so big, and I'm not trying to downplay anyone else's size here, but Brock was so big that when he was walking down the ramp, I felt every step vibrate on his way down.
Wow.
He's
built.
Big guy.
Wow.
Which is surprising because he played for the Minnesota Vikings. You'd think if they had Lesnar that they'd been okay and actually have won a Super Bowl at least once,
Right. You have that power. But one guy on a team doesn't make a team.
No, it doesn't. But I mean, Brock is the team. He is a team by himself. Like, I don't know 10 guys that I could call right now to try to jump Lesnar and us win. I don't think it's going to happen.
So hypothetically, if you had the chance, would you get in a ring with him?
If I had a chance to get in the ring with Brock Lesnar, I've actually had this philosophy for a while. Before wrestling, I wanted to be a UFC fighter.
Oh,
love that.
It all started when my dad took me to a UFC event in Sacramento where I met Chuck Liddell, and I said, I want to be just like him when I'm older.
Right.
So my dad started putting me through intensive training and started trying to turn me into a machine, and I wasn't reciprocating. I just knew I wanted to be like Chuck Liddell. I just didn't want to do the work, which did not help me at all in the long run. But now that I'm older and I know the importance of putting in the work, I'm going to put in that work whenever, wherever I can. I don't care if I'm boots on the ground. I don't care if I'm 1,000 feet in the sky on an airplane. I'll put in that work wherever I need to. But I wanted to be a UFC fighter, and I had this philosophy that if I ever made it to the UFC, the first person I want to fight is Brock Lesnar.
Really?
And everyone told me that I was stupid. And I said, there's two sides to that coin.
That is not stupid.
One, I get my ass kicked, and everyone says, wow, that guy had fucking balls going out there against Brock. Tails, if I beat Brock Lesnar, everyone's going to look at me and say, that guy is an up-and-coming UFC champion. We need to keep an eye on him. So when it comes to WWE, if I ever make it to the grandest stage on earth, if I ever make it to the biggest ring in sports entertainment, if I ever get to go against the larger than life, the beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar, I would 150% take it. I feel like it would just help build a great story on how I don't know how to say no. I don't know how to give up, and that's just how I was raised with the attitude of you could back me up to the gates of hell, but I won't back down. You know,
Here's something I'm gonna say to Ace. So you know who I know you probably know who he is. Victor probably knows who he is. So there is a guy that's a UFC fighter, retired. I don't really care for him. I'll give his props, but him and his son have pulled some shenanigans. Is Rampage Jackson is a streamer right here on Kick. And I watch his streams. I'm just like, props to you, but they're really boring. But yes, Rampage streams on Kick now. Yeah.
Well, he's got to do something. He's trying to stay relevant on the island.
I'll say it's interesting. It is kind of, there's a lot of cool other streamers that go on there that have talked to him. There's others that don't. I personally don't respect him because he sponsors his main sponsors that F3 energy drink that has scammed, unfortunately, a lot of streamers right here on the same platform I'm on. Yes. So
Ace?
Yeah.
Ace, what do you know about this, Ace?
Honestly, this is the first time I'm hearing about it. I'm very disappointed. I know that when Rampage was in the UFC, he wasn't the most humble. He wasn't the most respectful guy. But I would give it to him. He was one hell of an entertainer. He would go out there and he would put on crazy matches. And
okay, so you know who he is.
He was a great fighter. Rampage was back in early 2010s. He was everywhere. I remember going into a grocery store and there he was on a poster of him holding a Gatorade, thumbs up and all, and he fell off. I would like to. I compare him to Matt Riddle. Two guys that were on top of the world. They thought that they were the best ever. They thought they were the best to ever do it. They walked around like their shit didn't stink. But when it comes down to it, they're just two kids that peaked in high school that are trying to chase after what they used to be when that's not them anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I get it.
And I'll add something in there too. The other reason that I don't, what I don't like about him is his son, went into, you probably know what I'm going to say, went into a wrestling event, professional wrestling event, and they had a plan what they were going to do, and he went in there and literally knocked the living stomp out of somebody. And seriously sent the guy to the hospital, and it was not scripted. It was actually 100% real. That there was disrespect, and of course, his dad was defending him and all that. And then Kick recently just unbanned him for what, I don't know. And now he's getting arrested, and Rampage is trying to defend him again. I'm like, they're both too. And even in streaming, he's very cocky and arrogant. All that, and he's into the party life too on stream.
What do you think, Ace?
I feel like I do remember him. Was it in AEW or WWE that he pulled that stunt?
It was some small professional wrestling thing, and how it all started was Rampage Jackson's son and this other wrestler got into it before they were going in. Well, when it happened, he told his chat, hey, send gifted subs. I'll go into the ring if you guys send 200 gifted subs. And I'm like, I already knew what was going to happen. And he went in there and just, like 12 guys had to break him up, for God's sake, just to get him off. And he almost died. And he had press charges on him. The wrestler did, the company did, and then Rampage just denies it, defends it, and I'm like, why are you sticking up for your son for? Crazy.
Now, I'm not going to defend the guy at all because
Same here.
I feel like I've seen the clip floating around on like TikTok or Facebook a while ago, because this didn't happen recently. This was like back in 2025. Pretty sure.
Yeah, it was a while ago. I remember you telling me about it, Foxy.
Yes.
From a wrestler's viewpoint, we're given spots, which I hate to break it to everybody here, but wrestling is real to an extent.
Yep.
We were taught that wrestling's fake throughout childhood. You can go to a bunch of different companies and they'll tell you that wrestling's fake. I mean, we make contacts with each other and we sign a contract saying we're not going to sue, we're not going to, drag people's names through the mud if we do get hit.
So, Ace, are you saying that steel chairs aren't they're real? Okay, that's sarcasm. Sarcasm. Sorry.
The thing
We talked already.
I'll get to that in a second. Actually,
Okay.
I'm gonna leeway into that.
Okay,
But the
sorry.
thing about being a wrestler is you have to expect the worst. We grew up watching Eddie Guerrero and Owen Hart getting, killed in the ring, getting hospitalized in the ring. We know that there's risk, and we sign a waiver about their, us not suing the company, us not suing our opponent. But for someone who isn't used to the culture of wrestling to go in and do what Rampage's son did, that's not okay in my opinion.
Yes.
But steel chairs, on the other hand, when you mentioned steel chair shots are 100% real. So when you go into any wrestling company, if you want to start training, they say, okay, so this is how you take a bump, this is how you're going to hit, this is how you're going to kick. But when it comes time to get hit with a steel chair during training, they say, all right, turn around. No prep, nothing like that. Full on steel chair to the back, which it sucks. I'm not gonna lie, it sucks. It hurts after a while, and I do a physically demanding job, so I'm not gonna be out here taking too many steel chair shots because I'm only getting paid about $50 a match on average from all the companies that I've gathered from, a hot dog and a handshake.
Yep.
But I'm not willing to risk my body too much in this time period of where I'm at and everything like that. But once I make it a little bit bigger, once I start getting paid a little bit more, once I get my name out there, I will gladly pull a Mick Foley, let you set me on fire, throw me off of 50-foot structures. To hell with it. Because honestly, wrestling, for me, I got into it because I made a promise to my dad. It's a sport that I loved growing up. But now that I'm older, I realize it's not as much for me as it is for the fans. And I remember the feeling of the feelings I'd get when I would watch The Undertaker losing his streak at WrestleMania. Whenever the Authority took on Team Cena and Dolph Ziggler clutching that entire match and going on to do great things in his career. I remember those feelings. Oh, my bad. And I want to be able to have the fans feel the same way that I felt about those events. And I understand going in that I'm not the biggest guy. I'm not the toughest. I'm not the strongest. There's someone that's going to be better than me down the road. All I care about is the right here, right now. Because I've already made that mistake with Cody Rhodes being my best man of not taking the time to just live in the moment, not to savor it. And it's like if you go to a 5-star restaurant and you order a steak and you eat it all in less than 2 minutes, you paid the price, but you didn't get to experience it.
Yep.
You might have a little bit of taste, you might have some aftertaste, you'll be like, that was good, but you won't remember anything about the meal.
Yep.
So just learning to slow it down and take the time to interact with the crowd, to sign the autograph, to give a kid a hat, to give a kid a shirt, to take those photos, it means the world. And a lot of wrestlers, what they do is they charge for their clothing, obviously. They charge for their merchandise. But I want to expand, once I start selling my merchandise, I want to expand past the ring. I want the name Ace Atlas to be carried out into the streets. I want, like, just like John Cena did with his charity work and everything like that. I'm not playing a character. This is just who I am.
Yeah.
I know that for wrestling, people throw on characters like the Dead Man, which I'm sorry to tell you, but Mark Calloway, the Undertaker, he's not actually a dead man. He's not actually a magical creature, I decided to take who I am and turn it up to 10. To break that knob, to just completely crank it off and just put myself out there more and more. So once I start selling my merchandise, what I plan on doing is I plan on taking the amount of money I spent to make that merch to put it right back into building the merchandise again. And the leftover proceeds, the profit that I would be making off of my ring gear, to be making off of my merchandise, I want to go out and have a team of people to go feed the homeless. Because growing up in California, that was a huge problem. Moving up here to Spokane, it's almost as bad as it was back home. And I want to be able to reach those people because I was homeless at one point. I was without anything. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a roof. I didn't have food. And I worked hard to get back to a position where I could say that I'm proud of myself. And there's very few things that I'm proud of. I'm proud of the man that I turned out to be because of my father. I'm proud to be my father's son. I'm proud to have had the time. Sorry, I said I wouldn't get emotional.
It's all good.
I'm proud to say that I had the time to learn from that man, to see the things that he would do when we had no money and we were struggling ourselves. We would still donate to our church. We would still go and do Thanksgiving food drives and give out sacks of potatoes and turkeys, and we were always giving back to people. And I remember one time I was at a wrestling meet in San Diego, and it was me and my old man, and it was a winter night. My dad pulled over because he saw a homeless man in nothing but a wife beater and shorts, and my dad took the jacket off that he had, and he gave it to that man.
Wow.
So my dad was the definition of he will give you his clothes right off of his back, and that's what I want to do. And when I go and I start wrestling, every match I have is going to be a dedication to that man and to his legacy that was sadly short-lived. He didn't get to see me get married. He didn't get to see us have a child. He's not around for these events physically. I know he's watching down. I hope he is. Because I want to one day, when I'm older and I pass on, I want to be able to reunite with my dad once again and tell him he did a great job and that I'm sorry for being a stubborn ass, punk ass little brat growing up. Because his lessons have rubbed off on me. My dad wasn't by any means the best dad in the world. I'm pretty sure he got most of his parenting styles and skills from songs. Hold the door, say please, say thank you, don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie. And he said, always stay humble and kind, just like Tim McGraw did. He would sit there and he sat me down when I was a kid and he said, listen to me, my only son. And he quoted Kansas, he quoted Carry On My Wayward Son. My dad would sit there and connect with me through music and through sports. And my dad, although he was a busy man, would always make time for me. And just like my dad, and just like how I was in school, I used to tell kids my dad could beat up your dad. So that's pushing me to be the best wrestler I could be. Because I want to feel the proudness, I want to feel the pride of when my kid comes home from school and says, Dad, I told little Jimmy down the street that my dad could beat up his dad, and we looked you up, and it was a fucking fact. His dad took one look at you and said, I'm not touching all that. But on the topic of things that I'm proud of how far I've come from being homeless. I'm proud of the things that I've done in my life, like get married to a firecracker of a woman who keeps me on my toes day in and day out.
Thanks, Jordan.
I'm proud that I'm going to be a dad soon.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to wrestling, I could win heavyweight titles, U.S. titles, tag team titles. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the only title that's going to matter to me is the title of dad. Coming home after work, to little feet on the hardwood floor. Just like my old man, he could have the roughest day at work. He would come home, he would put it in his back pocket and turn off work mode because he knew that at home there was his wife, his kids, and a cold beer. And my dad, to quote another song for you, my dad always said that there's 3 things in life that are for certain. God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy. And that ties into me because I agree, God is great, beer is good, and I was a crazy person asking Cody to be my best man, and I'm a crazy person for chasing down these childhood dreams of being someone in a wrestling ring and to expand it, to try to be someone that the community can rely on. Because I fully plan on leaving this world better than I have found it. I plan on helping out as many people along the way. I know that I can't get to where I'm going without fans, without family, and I hate to say it, but without Chase James, I wouldn't be training to be a wrestler. Chase took me in like I was one of his own, treated me like a little brother, and said, hey, check it out. I'm going to make you into somebody. He said, I'm going to make you a force to be reckoned with. I'm going to put you out, and when you're ready, I'm going to throw you on a card. And he said all of that before I started fucking hating him.
That's awesome. I don't even, Ace, I don't even know what to, you're sharing even more than what we talked about before, and that's inspiring, and that's what I've been.
Yes.
It's that's
Warrior,
why I want to.
About 10 minutes before the show started, you and I sat down and we had a conversation, and you were talking about going to the children's hospital and doing
Yes.
charity work with that.
Yes.
And that's for being in your 50s or 60s.
Or
That's
hundreds.
what I want to be when I'm older. I want to be I plan on, when I'm getting
Older.
up in age, I plan on being retired from wrestling, and hopefully I've made a big enough impact on the newer generation that's coming in. Hopefully I've made enough money to where I could start my own homeless foundation to help get people off the streets, because it is a rough time. I wouldn't wish it on anyone, not even Chase, oddly enough. And that fucker's done enough for me to wish some horrible things onto him.
Right.
But I would never wish another man to be homeless. I want to help people out just like you are. And you mentioned about me going to these hospitals with you and me doing a tag along and coming along, and I would 100% love to do that with you. Just to, not even for the fans or just to gain publicity, but to go out there and to actually do something, to act upon the things
Do
that I'm
good.
saying. Because
Do good.
I was raised up to be a man of my word. And that's what I plan on doing. And 15, 10, 20 years down the line, when there's another crazy fan at a WWE event that says, Ace Atlas, be my best man, I'm going to look back and I'm going to say, well, Cody did this for me. I'm going to do it for him. Whenever I see a man out on the streets asking for change, I'm going to give him the change, because when I was homeless, people would do that for me. Whenever I have friends that are getting evicted, when I have friends that are in tough spots, I plan on being there just as everyone was there for me. And the best way of looking at it, the best way of going about it is the way my dad taught me, and I'm sorry I keep bringing it back to him, but that man made me who I am today, and I am damn proud of it. I am the living reflection of him, and I make sure to hold myself to that standard. I don't want to come off as someone that I'm not, and I don't want to look bad and dishonor my dad. I want to be what he taught me to be, and that was to be me and to be humble and kind and caring, just as he was. My dad growing up, he was terribly abused by his stepfather. He was in the Navy. He was a construction worker. He did IT work. And I've noticed that throughout my life, I've found myself not consciously following in his footsteps. I was in the Navy. I was homeless like he was. He had a drug problem, and thank God I didn't. I looked at my dad and said, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I could say I didn't do that my dad did, which
Learn from his mistakes.
learned from his mistakes, absolutely. But the things that I've done in my life, I've taken photos of myself at work to send to my wife, like he did, and I started looking back, and they're the exact same photos. There's a photo of my dad wearing his hard hat with a picture of him, just like this in his work gear, and I sent the exact same photo to my wife. There's a photo of my mom and dad out on a hiking trail. My dad's on the left side, my mom's on the right. Didn't mean to. Met my wife. We went on a hike. Took the exact same picture. And I've noticed that I'm living through how he did. So why not honor him every step along the way? And I plan on, if I ever win a title anywhere, that's going to be the one time I change my theme song, and it's going to be turned into Limelight by Rush. That was my dad's favorite song by my dad's favorite band. My dad's birthday was July 10th. Every day on July 10th, or not every day, but every year on July 10th, if I have a match, I'm coming out to that song.
Nice.
I don't care if I'm sick. I don't care if I'm in the hospital bed. I will do what I need to do to honor him. And I will do what I need to do to make sure my wife lives the life that she wants. And I'll make sure that my kid doesn't have to worry about where food's at. I don't want my kid to worry about when's dad coming home. I 110% plan on being there the way my father was there for me. And my father was there for me because his father wasn't there for him.
Yep.
And I don't want my kid to wonder why I don't make time for them or why I don't have time for them. And that's so much so that in 5 to 10 years, trust me on this, you're going to see Ace Atlas tag team with Little Ace. And it's going to be me and my child, and it's going to be the most badass thing you've ever seen. Because I don't care if it's work related, I don't care if it's wrestling related. I will put life on pause for this family that I've chosen, for this life that I have created. And as much as I love wrestling, family's going to come first 10 out of 10 times.
It's the way it should be.
Yes.
Always.
And I mean, if I get to the WWE, if I do get to that point, you bet your ass that I'm paying for my wife, my kid, Chase James, fucking hate him, but he's going to be there. Everyone that has ever helped me in life, I'm going to work on getting them to the spot where I'm at.
Right.
Anyone that's ever helped me financially, they're getting their licks back tenfold. I don't care if you loan me $10, here's $1,000. I plan on being the guy that gives back, is generous, but before I do any of that, I'm going to take care of me and my own.
Right.
But I plan on giving back.
You got to take care. You got to take care of yourself before you can take care of anybody else and take care of your family. And Foxy and I both understand family 100%. We are. His parents are still together. They've been married forever. My parents were married till my dad passed. So no, family is number one. We totally get it. And you honoring your dad and you actually tearing up about your dad is awesome, actually. Because I think I've even teared up on this show talking about my father and how fortunate I was. So you have no embarrassment, no shy. Bring it on.
You know,
it makes you the man who you are.
And I
I'm
understand
going to
that
say this,
too.
and I'm sorry to interrupt, but
Okay, go ahead.
from my standpoint, anyone who says that men don't cry is a fucking liar.
I agree.
Strong men don't cry, but strong men do.
Yeah.
You know, my dad told me, he said, a good man stands up for himself, a stronger man stands up for others, and that's what I plan on carrying into the ring. I plan on, when Chase James has a match and he pulls out that taser, I plan on coming out and hitting him with the hardest spear that anyone's ever seen. I plan on hitting him with a spear so hard his grandkids come out dizzy. I plan on hitting him with a spear so hard that Goldberg says, fuck. I plan on invoking justice. I plan on all of these things. And this is between the four of us, you could take this to the bank. I will never be anything more than I am, and that is Ace Atlas.
Yes.
Ace, on that note, I have to go say hi to my woman because she comes before you guys. I gotta take. We're not. So, Foxy, I'm gonna let you take. It's your show, even though you're the host.
Yeah. I'll take over for a minute.
Sorry about all the time that I'm taking up from you, Foxy.
And Brandon,
Ace,
if you want to unmute and start asking questions, you can go ahead, bro.
Yeah, Ace, I told you, you're good. There's no apologies. Please don't apologize. It's the
If you guys
Ace
let me
Atlas
talk,
today.
I'll just keep going. That's my thing. Is when I'm on a roll, I'm on a roll. You know?
Keep going.
You
We'll wait
are.
until Vic comes back.
I'll be right back. You guys keep going. I'll be right back. Keep going.
All right, continue.
Oh man. So yeah, shit. Okay, got thrown off a little bit, but you know what? The show must go on, and I'm one of those guys where if I come onto a podcast, if I get interviewed, if I get questioned, I'm not one of those guys that comes on here with a script. I don't come on here with a list of things. I don't tell you guys, ask me these questions, don't ask me these questions. Because I want this to be as raw as possible. I want this to be as genuine as possible. So when I come on here and I talk, sometimes it'll sound like I'm going on a tangent about Chase James or going on a tangent about how great my dad was, and I start to pick up steam. So if I go off topic too much, go ahead and stop me, because this is just all from the heart. Everyone says that the best wrestler can come out and talk straight from the head. I believe that that's bullshit. I think that if you come out and you start talking from what's on the top of your head, it means nothing. It has no weight. It doesn't carry anything. So when you speak from the heart, and when I talk about Chase James and the hatred that I have for him, I want it to be apparent that I'm not talking about Chase James. I'm talking about the character Chase James. There's two different people. We got the hometown hero. We got Chase James. When I'm talking negatively about somebody, it is about their character, and it gets me going, because I grew up where justice is something that everyone is entitled to, and I don't think that with people like Chase James, Archer Blackwell, Hooligan McGinnis, I don't think any of that gets given out fairly. I feel like people take advantage of the referees. I feel like they take advantage of the fans, and they play it unfair. And then they want to walk around and talk about how they're the best in the world, how, oh, I beat this guy and I beat this guy. And it comes apparent to me that everyone wants to talk about the outcomes of their matches. They don't want to talk about the match itself.
Kind
So
of like
Chase James,
kind of like when you say best in the world, CM Punk.
absolutely. But like Chase, I keep pulling Chase into it because Chase is damn good at what he does. Chase is really good at entering a room and having everybody hate him. He's very good at the egotistical, cocky character. I can't play that. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm too much of a happy guy. I'm too much of a fun-loving, take it easy, loving guy where I can't just come out and hate. I can't come out there and cheat. But for Chase, he does it so well to a point where people can't differentiate fiction and reality. He's really good at blurring those lines, and he is teaching me how to do that myself, because he does want me to be a bad guy down the road, although I have no desire to be. But if I have to make that switch, I'll be able to, from how I'm being taught and what I'm learning. And it's an incredible journey. I've been meeting people like Dolph Ziggler, Rob Van Dam, Christopher Daniels, the producer of AEW, TJ Perkins, the very first WWE Cruiserweight champion of all time. I meet people like Royce Isaacs, who is one of the most deadly men in the Indies. He's built half the size of Brock Lesnar, but with the same strength and same moveset, and he's he's a monster, and just being able to learn from those people, it's incredible. And I know he's probably sitting at home thinking, why haven't I been mentioned? But Jonathan Gresham, he's a great guy, married to Jordan Grace, lucky bastard. For legal reasons, it's a joke. Don't want a divorce. He's married to Jordan Grace, and he, rather than being upset that his wife is in the WWE and he's not, he's going out to teach seminars. He's going and training with the new guys. He's trying to help build up this generation to be as good as they were, you know? When I met Rob Van Dam, he asked me to lean over a little bit to make him look taller than me, but you know what? That's fine. I've met some cocky wrestlers. I've met some arrogant wrestlers.
Same.
But a majority of the time, if you treat them like a regular human being, that's what they're going to do to you.
Mm-hmm.
I met the Good Brothers last Saturday. I met, what's his name? Luke Gallows and, oh my gosh, I'm pulling a blank on his name. Anderson. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. The Good Brothers teamed up with, I believe, AJ Styles in WWE a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't fully recognize Luke Gallows at first, and he was trying to get into the building to get ready for his upcoming match that he was having. And I walked up to him, talked to him like a regular guy, and, you know, he treated me with the utmost respect because I treated him like a regular guy.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to being on the road all the time, I've seen it with indie wrestlers, I've seen it with professional wrestlers. None of them are treated with the common decency of, you're just a regular guy to me. People are always walking up and asking for things and doing just the craziest shit. Like John Cena was at a cafe the other day where some dude walked up and just started singing to him. Like, they're just out here trying to live their lives. You know, we're all here. This is all of our first times on this earth. So I don't think anyone's better. I don't think anyone's worse. I just treat everyone the same, because if you treat everyone the same and you treat them like a regular human being, they're going to do the same to you.
Yeah,
Like,
but so Ace, hey Foxy, why are you always so mean to me and telling me I'm below you? Why?
no, that's
I'm joking. I'm joking.
I know you're joking.
I mean, from on his behalf and respectfully,
Mm-hmm.
from how the cameras are set up, it looks like on my side I'm on the top left. It looks like Foxy's on the top right, and I mean,
Yep, I am. Yep.
you are kind of technically below us right now, but we'll let it slide.
I'm dead.
Oh, wait. Well, hold on. I'm hurt somewhere. Hold on. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna.
That was
This
good.
is one reason why I can't be a bad guy. Is I'm not good at talking bad to people.
Yeah.
I can't unless it's fucking Chase James with that fucking asshole.
But now see, I would beg to differ, Ace. I think you would be a great bad guy, because just the way you don't have to come across a certain way, because your sarcasm, that remark, and the way you put it across, that undermines. See, that's the way I actually deal with people a lot. I'm joking here on the show, but there's people in the past where I know I don't call them stupid, but they're ignorant, which is the same thing pretty much. And when I realized the level of ignorance, I almost went stupid. The level of ignorance that people are, and people are stupid. Yeah, as you said, you already know that people are stupid. Your dad said that, right? Your dad said it, people are stupid.
He said people are crazy, but I think he would agree with you on the people are stupid part.
Yeah,
people are stupid.
I can relate to that, because we have
Foxy,
we have had a couple guests that me and
Foxy, that's because you're stupid.
Hey, you guys are preaching to the choir about people being stupid. Growing up, I used to think that the military was full of geniuses and strongmen, and then when I joined, I ended up losing hearing in my left ear because this dumbass, and I throw that term around loosely, but this one I fully mean. I'm out of character on this one. I mean it. He's a fucking dumbass. He was spinning his 9mm pistol around on his finger. And him and I were both on watch, and I said, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he was like, "Oh, I saw it in a Clint Eastwood movie." And I was like, "Hey, just like wrestling, that's fake, dude. Like, you gotta You gotta stop. Someone's gonna get hurt.
And
And now I'm deaf in my left ear because when he stopped the gun, it fired off and went right past my ear. And it
ouch.
ruptured my eardrum.
Well, lucky you.
Yeah, lucky me, unlucky him. I hate to admit it, I beat the dog shit out of him. I was pissed. It was that close to hitting me in the ear, and I was like, I'm not
Yep.
trying to be disformed, not trying to move. It was my ear completely. He tried to press charges. They looked at the security footage and they said, "You're fucking stupid," and dropped the case.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Ace. I don't. Once again, you're good. Foxy just picks on me and always makes me feel bad, and it just makes me realize that he's not very. Sorry.
Hey, I mean, I would pick
Oh,
on someone too if I had a forehead that looked like an airplane landing strip.
is that me? Is that me?
No,
Wait a
that's
minute.
Foxy.
Oh.
Man.
Foxy, I've seen aircraft carriers smaller than that thing.
Oh.
Oh, I'm dead. That's the first one that said that. I don't mind it.
So Foxy, now you're regretting that I invited him on the show, huh?
No, I love it.
I know.
I love it.
I know. I
That's
know
why
you're
I like
loving it.
doing podcasts.
You're the fall guy.
Yeah,
Foxy's the fall guy whenever I'm on the show because he gets to be the rock all the other times because he goes out and streams and gets public attention. And where are you? You're in Yakima, Foxy?
When I can't say that on stream, but it starts with a WEN.
Oh, okay, that's where you're at. Yeah, we're watching the state, so he's but yeah, he gets to go out and he'll do a weekend show at a local entertainment place with that serves alcohol.
Nightclub.
Nightclub. Okay,
I know the owners.
We get gets people to buy him drinks. He gets to sign autographs. He gets to play Rockstar, and yet look at him. I mean, come on.
Hang on. Respectfully, I know that you can't give too much away on stream. Would you be willing to say what company it is or no?
Oh,
or what?
It's Chaos. It's a nightclub.
Okay, and you said that it was a restaurant promotion out there?
Locations, otherwise spam calls will happen.
Yeah. No, you were saying what, Ace?
Did you say that there was a wrestling group out there?
There was out here. I don't know if it's still out here by any chance, but we do get WWE special events out here. We used to get TNA, which will dive. I'm going to start diving into this. Do you guys know? I know Victor probably does. One of my dear friends. He's actually going to be on the wall pretty soon. Everybody that's on the wall represents. It's part of it. Represents my story where where I started my streaming career at and what got me into
Part of your life.
Yeah, part of my life. So there's a guy named Don West. I was best friends with him for a long time. He was a major part of TNA for years. When it first started, he was a pitchman, announcer. After he left the TNA and went to the Wild here in town, the hockey team that's now in the WHL that plays against the Chiefs. And he turned the Wild, had the number one merchandise in the league, in the BCHL, in the NAHL, I believe. He also had we had the top merchandise, and he was awesome. I fall in love with him when I saw him for the first time in a TNA match, and he was there promoting the business. This is where I got this from, which is a Kurt Angle dog tag. Met Kurt Angle. I met Jeff Jarrett, Kurt Angle, Hulk Hogan, AJ Styles, my favorite tag team of all time, the Hardy Boys. Hulk Hogan, Rock, list can go on and on. I met John Cena, all because of Don West. Unfortunately, he passed away back in 2001. It really hit a lot of people, but he used to be on Shop at Home Network. I'm pretty sure Victor's heard of Shop at Home Network. back in back in the 80s, and he was selling sport cars. That's what he did, and he almost what was it? Let me see. It says about $70 million they made in 3 years just because of him on Shoutouts.
Wow.
And then that's why TNA had good merchandise, was because Don West gave ideas and stuff like that. But he was awesome people. But he passed away, unfortunately, from cancer a couple of years ago. And he was his wife, Terry. They lived. He's a Chicago Cubs fan. He started from nothing, and then became involved in sports and all that. And Terry and him were married for several years, and they moved out here because they loved it so much. And so then that's when he became part of the Wild in the front office. Then he ended up starting his own radio show for like 5 or 6, 10 years on, I believe it was KPQ, and tore it up. He had wrestlers on. He would talk sports like nobody else. He would even go by script, even though he would write stuff down. Those were his ideas. And I learned a lot of stuff from him from that. Everything he talks about is 100% realistic. And he would have Jeff Jarrett, Hulk Hogan. He would have, I think he even had Brock Lesnar on his radio show a few times. But a lot of people liked him. I liked him. I was good friends with him. I'm still friends and stay in contact with Terry. She still has a hard time dealing with it. It's only been 4 or 5 years. And he's in the TNA Hall of Fame, but he was also in the WWE for many years too. Cool guy.
Hey, Fox.
Yes.
You ready to hate me?
Yeah. Go. Yeah, I don't care. Go ahead.
You mentioned 2 guys, Kurt Angle and Jeff Jarrett. I'm friends with Jeff Jarrett on Facebook, on his personal account.
Okay.
And when I met Kurt Angle, he found out that I was a wrestler. He found out that I'm in training, and he said, "You know what? I like your gimmick. I like your style." He said, "How would you like to use the angle lock as one of your finishers?"
Oh my
Oh,
God! Wow.
And Kurt Angle gave me permission to use the angle lock. He said, "You can call it the angle lock or whatever you want." So come that Royal Rumble, if we are able to get me to be a participant in it, you guys are going to see me hit the angle lock, but I changed the name to the Liberty Lock.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
So if we can get this Royal Rumble thing up and going with hashtag Let Ace In,
Yep. Thank
you
you.
will see that I will take whoever's ankle I choose. Hopefully Chase is in it, because I'm going to put Chase in that ankle lock and not let him up. I'm going to make sure that he taps and taps and taps, despite it being a Royal Rumble, just to watch him
tap.
squirm, watch him sweat, watch him freak out. And I might not be the biggest guy. I don't have any plans of winning the Rumble if I'm in. I would be more than grateful to have the opportunity to just be in the Royal Rumble itself. Winning it is only second best to being a part of it. Being a part of this historical event for Spokane, for being a historical event in my life, it being the first match of my career 2 days after my birthday as the Mr. Red, White, and Blue Ace Atlas in the flag, the U.S. flag Royal Rumble, the flag Rumble, whatever you want to call it, it would kickstart my career. It would help me get to places I've never been to before. And I'm not saying that I'm going to go out there and purposely throw. I'm not saying I'm going to go out there and get eliminated right off the bat. I will go out there and I will give it 110% each and every time for the fans, for my dad, for my unborn child, and for my wife. I will go out there and I will put everything on the line day in, day out, just to make sure I'm proud of myself, to make sure the people that I surround myself with, my inner circle, is proud of me. I don't care if I get eliminated by a man with one arm. I don't care if I get eliminated by a woman. I don't care if I get eliminated by Chase James himself. Just being able to take part into this match would mean the world to me. Being able to look back and study and watch my matches would be incredible, an incredible feeling for me. Because I've heard John Cena say it before. I've heard Daniel Bryan say it, that they go back and they watch their old matches to see how they could better themselves, how they could push the envelope, to see how they could take things to a different level. And I plan on every time I step into the ring, I plan on taking it to the next level. I plan on being better than who I was yesterday, because that's the only thing that keeps me going in most days, besides my lovely wife, besides my family. But the thing that motivates me is trying to be better than who I was yesterday. If I wake up and I haven't done anything throughout the day, there's one thing that I learned growing up, and it's make your bed every day. That way, if you feel like you had an uneventful day, if you feel like you haven't done anything, you can look back and say, at least I made my bed this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I plan on making my bed. I plan on doing the dishes. I plan on going into that Royal Rumble match. I don't care if I'm number 1, 2, 3, 30. Doesn't fucking matter to me. All that matters is that I go in there, I give it my all, I deliver justice where justice is due, I push myself to the limit, I deliver for the fans, and I go home a happy man. I sit my ass down on the couch, I watch some George Lopez, and I have myself a beer.
So that was
and
hashtag what now? Hashtag.
Let Ace in.
Hashtag let Ace in, guys. Let's get that going. I was gonna add something in there. Yes, Kurt Angle. When I grew up watching wrestling before he turned into WWE, I was a huge fan when he was in, for God's sake, the Olympics. That was quite one of the awesome moments I've had. And when I met him,
One with a broken neck.
yeah, when he broke his freaking neck, yes. And when he was wrestling and stuff, I loved his persona. I loved how he always cherished the red, white, and blue, just like Cody, just like Hulk Hogan, and many others along the years, past
And now,
and present.
and now, like Ace Atlas.
Mm-hmm.
And El Grande Americano.
And if anybody gets a chance, go and watch the true story. I know Ace knows what I'm going to probably know what I'm going to say here. There's a movie about the DuPont. He was the head coach of United States Wrestling. And Kurt Angle, a lot of people don't ever talk about it, but he was a part of the two brothers. The one brother got shot and killed in front of the United States Wrestling team back in, I think it was the 80s, before the other brother became very famous in the UFC. Awesome fighter, too, by the way. But I always loved Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle, and then Jeff Jarrett. I love his persona. Loved it. I saw him wrestle here in the Town Toyota Center. And then that's when I got to meet him because of Don West. And I always loved it. And long story short, Jeff Jarrett is now part owner of the Nashville Cats. Very happy
Arena.
to see that. Love it.
I saw that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Now we segue a little, just a smidge. But I gotta say, let me segue back into, you were talking about one arm. What about a one leg guy wrestling you in TNA? You guys know what I'm referencing?
I know exactly what you're talking about. I remember there was a guy with one leg. They hired the wrong guy. Same name, wrong guy. They hired him to go against Big Show back in the day.
Yeah, but did you see Buff Bagwell?
I have not, no.
Buff Bagwell showed up on TNA, and he's good. He wants to wrestle one more time. He lost his. He lost one of his legs last June, I believe, because of, I can't remember exactly. Yeah, you guys, what the hell? I'm up on something. Foxy, I'm so disappointed in you.
I never heard of the guy's name.
Buff Bagwell?
No.
Ace, do you know who I'm talking about?
Wish I could. Wish I could say I knew.
There's old school. Go back to the go back to WCW WWE Nitro Raw days. Oh my God. Okay. Buff Bagwell. He has one leg now. He was Buff the Stuff. He was on WCW. He was
Okay,
on
Sounds very
Nitro.
familiar,
here's
actually.
another
Buff the stuff.
here's
Then I'm
another cool one. I know Victor
never
may know,
mind.
Ace may know this.
Me.
There's a guy back on, you talk about Monday night WCW, right? There's
Yeah.
a guy that was always forget. I have his autograph somewhere too. He would wear like Elvis kind of dance electric. He would always go like this. His name started, I think it was like Disco or something. I met the guy, and he was
I was thinking the Hunky Tonk Man for a second.
not
Yeah,
Honky Tonk.
After Hockey. He was on WCW. It was like Disco Inferno.
Yeah, Disco Inferno.
Oh,
There you
okay,
go.
yeah, I knew you were talking
He was
about.
good too. I love watching that guy.
I just realized, Ace, that it's back in the competition days with the Attitude. That was you weren't even born yet, so I apologize. Foxy, you're just a dumbass. Look up Buff the Stuff. Buff Bagwell. Buff Bagwell. Okay, so and now we're going to segue back to arena football. Yeah, I saw that Jeff Jarrett, and since you both are Jarrett fans,
Yes,
is
huge Jarrett fan.
he's part of the Nashville. What's the name of the team?
Nashville Cats.
Nashville Cats. I was going to say Kitty Cats, but Nashville Cats. Arena football, and so have you reached out to? Foxy, have you reached out to him and say, hey, we want to get you on the show?
I should. I know somebody that works in the Nashville Cats. I have connections with
I'm so embarrassed. Come on, you should be on this stuff. You like you know I'm not going to hit you up on this stuff.
But anyways, I have connections with Metal Mark Lemon's son. Metal Mark Lemon played in the Harlem Globetrotters. Is one of my dear friends. His son is Metal Lemon.
I know who. Metal Lark Lemon.
Yeah. His son, Metal Lemon, has been involved with arena football. He started with the first Native American coach with the Ravens. He coached with the Duke City Gladiators. Now he's with the Arena League as a coach. Two awesome people. But anyways, Metal Lemon is the general manager for the Minnesota Monsters. And when I talk to him next, I'm going to be like, hey, is there a way? And I could get Jerry on it because I know Jerry Kurtz.
Oh, come on, get on that. Get on that.
That would be really cool to have Jeff Jarrett on. I would love to have Jeff Jarrett on.
You know, if you have a connection and you don't use it, I brought Ace on, and Ace is kicking your ass.
I did.
Well, I mean, wouldn't be too hard. Fox ain't no Brock Lesnar. So.
Yeah. Well, here's another thing. The reason why I have Victor take care of Ace will understand. I'm pretty sure Ace will understand.
I get guests. I try to get guests.
He takes care of the guests. I tell him, hey, whoever you bring them on. Because I used to get streamers on, and I got to a point. Well, I think I told Victor once. I'm like, I can't. It's unpredictable. I can get them on. Some of them that I trust have stabbed me in the back. You probably understand where I'm coming from. And I try to watch who I bring on because if they don't fit, we've had a couple that we don't even talk about. But and if they don't mesh, we don't bring them on.
Yeah. So Ace, what's your favorite sport outside of like football, baseball, basketball, hockey, auto racing? Do you have something outside? Do you have a favorite team?
I am a diehard San Francisco not 49ers, San Francisco Giants fan and a Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
I respect that. Heck yes.
Okay.
Heck yes.
You're not going to get Chase or Ace. Jesus. That'll get confusing. You got to practice that one. I had to actually practice Ace Alice. Did I get it right? Or the second time I said like Alice. Ace Alice. Jeez. How'd you get to Pittsburgh? Was that your dad or just some other thing?
Oddly enough, it was from my older sister. She loved Pittsburgh. My dad used to say it was because he was a Raiders fan and she just wanted to rebel against him, so she picked Pittsburgh Steelers, and
There you go.
it stuck. I always looked up to my big sister, you know.
How is your
I
big
looked up
sister?
to her for about 12 years, and then I got taller than her and didn't really look up to her anymore.
Uh-huh.
But
Smart ass.
she was she was a huge part of me wanting to be a wrestler as well. She always told me to follow my dreams, to do what I loved. My other sister, who's 12 years older than me, my oldest sister, she always would say, pick a job and stick to it. Wrestling's not going to happen. And she told me that if I ever did make it to wrestling, that she would owe me $20. So if I do get into the ring at the Royal Rumble, I see it as an absolute win because
Yeah,
over
you're in it.
$20, dude.
So you have your mom. You have your mom, and mom's doing well.
Yep.
Because you came as you started the night out. You told us about your mom having issues, and you came up to help take care of her, and she's doing well, right?
Yep.
And then you have two sisters, or how many? What do you have? Brothers, sisters? No, we're delving into your background. That way,
That's
I can.
fine.
Huh?
I said that's fine. We could dive into my background. You might need a piece of paper and a pen to keep track.
Trust me,
I already got a piece of paper. I do have questions that I have already
See,
written down.
perfect.
Foxy's good for something.
Mm-hmm.
So
Foxy, you're good.
I was born in a town called Fairfield, California.
Okay, heard of that.
Perfect.
My biological mom, her name is Tara. My biological dad, his name is Tony. Tony left
Right.
when I was 3 months old. My biological mom couldn't take care of me on her own, so she gave me up to my biological dad's parents.
Okay.
So I call my grandparents mom and dad, mostly. So when I mentioned dad, it's grandpa who passed away, but I called him dad. I call the other one deadbeat, piece of shit. Fucking don't even. I don't mess around with him.
Okay. That's your biological. That's a sperm donor.
Yep.
Okay.
So grew up in Vacaville, California, where there was another professional wrestler from there named Cal Jack, known as the Grizzly. He went to high school with my sister, the one that was constantly telling me to follow my dreams. And the reason she told me to follow my dreams is because of Cal Jack and him actually going on to have WWE tryouts. He was an extra in Monday Night Raw, on Friday Night SmackDown. He was just used where he was needed to help get people over, and he was there for Saturday night main events, things like that. So my sister 100% believed that if he could do it, and he was from a no-name town, I could do it as well. So that's a little bit about that. I had 3 older sisters that are technically my aunts.
Right.
Kim is the oldest. Katrina is the one that tells me to follow my dreams, and my sister Kayla, she's the one that's 12 years older than me. You know,
she's gonna owe you $20, right?
she's the one that's going to owe me $20. Yes.
Okay. And that was. I'm sorry to interrupt again, but that was hashtag.
Put
Come
let
on.
Atlas in.
Thank you. I told you. Come on, Nate. Got to follow me. I lead you in. Okay, go back to your story. This is what I do. I screw with people. Okay. So yeah, 3 older. See, your story is. I already know a guy that did the same thing. But did you know that grandma and grandpa weren't mom and dad from the beginning or shortly after? Because my friend that I know, he didn't know until he was in his 30s or 40s that grandma and grandpa, mom and dad were grandma and grandpa, and one of his sisters was actually his mother.
Yeah, so
I've already. You're not that special. Sorry, I'm joking.
Oh, it's okay. That's why I'm training and you're not. That's why I talked to Kurt Angle and you didn't. It's fine. That's why I was cool with Cody Rhodes. I can go on and on. I'm just not going to, because I've done a lot for being 22. I've done more in my life than the average 60-year-old man. No offense, Warrior.
You think you have no clue now see, Ace, you have no clue.
Here we go.
We won't get into it now. You and I will talk off camera, but you obviously don't know me. So go ahead, keep going. You can talk. I'm going to put a little bit because
this is why I can't be a heel. I can't even properly put out a roast against a 68-year-old man
It's a 100-year-old
That's
man.
better.
If you're gonna get the age, it's a 100-year-old man. And I've done way more than a 22-year-old guy. But you have me beat because you're having your own child. I'm immensely envious. I'm not jealous. I'm envious because I something I always wanted to have, and I wish you the best on that because that I'm envious of. So you got me there, and you're with the woman you love, and I kudos completely. So please continue. But
sorry,
you're doing good for a minute. You had me for a second, and you got to know your opponent better. Chase,
I'm just
obviously,
rolling it. I'm not.
I
No
know.
disrespect. Just wanted to mess with
No.
you a little bit.
No. Please,
But,
please. Hopefully you understand. I am not no disrespect to you, and I'm not taking. There's no offense. Trust me. I've been married and divorced a couple times. You got nothing on the women. I've been. So please, shut up, Fox. Shut up. Now I'm loading it up
I
for
won't
you.
talk about crazy women, but my wife is right here, and I don't talk about my past. But
Well, she picked you anyway.
I fucking wonder why. I wouldn't have, but
You know, I do that with my woman today because we dated years ago, like 30 years ago, and we got back to. She reached out to me 8-9 years ago, something like that, and we've been together ever since. And so I blame her. I go,
Awesome.
honey, you picked me. So, yeah, Jordan, I'm sorry,
Awesome
but
lady.
you picked him. And then you have his baby. Wow. If you didn't know better by now, okay, out of respect. I'm sorry.
I'll add something in there. Your other half,
Jordan?
yeah.
Victor, is awesome.
What?
Awesome lady.
Jordan, thank you for putting up with your husband because you brought him here. So, and Ace, please continue. I hopefully I'm not offended at all. I was enjoying it because Foxy tries picking on me. You actually had some gumption. Foxy is just flat. He's not a good bad guy. He can't feel it.
You know what? I'll get back
Yeah.
to the history of Ace Atlas and
Okay.
Anthony White in a minute. Let's just go back. Fox,
Okay.
if you want to, you're gonna get a little lesson here. If you want to insult somebody, if you want it to sting, you want to talk with purpose. You want to make sure that you tear them down just enough to where they don't know if you're being serious or if you're not. So if I tell Warrior, just for an example, that he has the brains of a dead squirrel, which just thought of that, you know.
Sure.
Now he doesn't know if I'm fucking with him or not.
You obviously, I'll take you. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm interrupting. Go ahead. You're educating Foxy. Come on, Foxy. Listen.
No, it's fine. It's fine. If you want to learn how to shit talk, I'm gonna use this man as an idea for you to watch.
Please.
He's this wrestler no one really knows. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah,
Not really a common name, you know, not too big or anything like that.
But Ace, hold on. It sounds familiar. Can't say
I know who The Rock is.
You've heard of him?
Say, I wouldn't be surprised if you don't remember who The Rock is.
Yeah.
You know, early onset dementia and all that.
Yeah, I'm getting old, so I don't remember. Anyway, go ahead.
But The Rock, I've learned how to shit talk because I was fortunate enough to have a dad who would shit talk me from the time I opened my eyes at 3 months old till the time I closed them at 20. You know, I also was fortunate enough that my great grandpa was still alive, and he was a hardcore farmer. He used to roll with Johnny Cash back when Johnny Cash was doing the bar scenes and things like that. Great Southern man from Tennessee. Constantly shit talked me. I remember being 3 years old and over at his ranch, and he would constantly push me down and then tell me to go play in the traffic, which my parents would just tell me, "Oh, he's just saying out of love." I don't fucking know, because you know he was a good shit talker. He was also in the Navy. I was the 7th generation in, so I take really, really good pride in that. I sadly had to go home early from the Navy because I had a yearly physical going on and my kidney ruptured and it was automatically disqualifying, so I didn't get to finish with my term.
That's
which it has posed a lot harder for me personally to stay in shape and to have the endurance that these other guys do, because I am functioning off of one kidney currently.
Wow.
Wow.
But I'm still able to do it. I'm still able to keep up with them, which kind of scary. I think God ruptured my kidney because he knew if I had two of them, I'd be unstoppable. If I'm able to keep up with this 5-foot high flyer, if I had two kidneys, I would be the Flash. I'd be the next Usain Bolt.
He wanted, if there is a guy, he wanted to level it out. That's why he gave you one kidney. See, he wanted to make it even for the other guys because, yeah, you'd be running on top of them. That'd be embarrassing. But talking about playing on the highway, my parents used to. I have 3 brothers. My parents used to tell us, "Would you guys stop fighting in the house? Go fight on the freeway." So I've heard it. I've heard it.
Hell, my dad, when I was a kid, my sister Kim, the oldest, she has a daughter named Kaylee, and her and I were best friends. We're only a year apart, like less than a year, or slightly over a year. I forget. I'm getting up there in age. My name is basically in the obituary already. I'm that old.
You wait. If you think it's bad now, wait. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, it's fine. I would say whatever you say goes in one ear, out the other, but I'm deaf in one ear. So if I go like this, be offended.
Yeah.
I'm not listening. But my dad, I remember when we were kids, he told us, he said, we can only afford one of you guys to go to college. And he put us in the backyard with 2 bamboo sticks and said, have at it.
Jeez.
But
Feel the love.
segueing back to family and my past and me growing up, my biological dad dipped when I was born. And after my grandparents got custody, he came back and gave my biological mom 2 more kids before he left again. One was a boy named Zach. The other one was born a girl named Carrie, but she doesn't go by that anymore. She goes by they, them pronouns and goes by the name Ezra. I grew up in a very conservative house, so I'm not used to that kind of stuff. But whenever I say that everyone deserves justice, everyone deserves liberty, there's no exceptions in that. When I made my character, I was looking at Jack Swagger, Kurt Angle, John Cena, Hulk Hogan, and I saw that they were all doing the American gimmick terribly wrong. They were out there, they're out there acting as the time. They're out there marketing basically what America was like right then and there. They were acting the way America was acting. That's not me. I am here because I made a promise. I made a bet a while ago where I put my hand on a Bible and I took an oath to protect this fine nation from any domestic or foreign terrorist and any threats. So I carry that with me into my wrestling, where I don't believe in a side. I don't believe in left. I don't believe in right. I believe in what's fair. I believe in the old school American values of all men were created equal. Everyone has the right to love who they love. Everyone has the right to vote for who they want to vote for. Everyone has the right to freedom of speech. I believe in all of that, and I want to uphold that to the best of my abilities, because when the freedom of speech is gone in the professional wrestling industry, it's nothing but a bunch of sweaty dudes mud wrestling each other.
Right.
Which is awkward for everybody. I want to make sure that the 3-year-old in the second row gets the same treatment as the 40-year-old in the third row. I want to make sure that they're all treated the same. I want to make sure that they all have the same voice. That's why I'm here. This is why I'm doing what I do. And it's because the Constitution of the United States over the years has been turned into whatever people want it to be. Mm-hmm. I'm taking it at face value and I'm implementing it in ways that people haven't thought of doing before. I've been on the front lines. I've seen some shit I don't wish upon other people. I was in Russia whenever a certain somebody came on TV and said we have no one in active war zones. We were helping get the Ukrainian soldiers out of Russia during this time because it was during the Russia-Ukraine conflict. I was 17 years old then, and I had the same views as I do now, and it's that everybody deserves life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And if I have to implement that with a little bit of violence, fucking so be it. I'm going to make sure that when I get into the ring, I represent America and its core values rather than some political party, some politician, rather than some group, I'm going to make sure that I go right down the line and call it even every single time. Just like my old man did. My old man, you know, when he was alive, he flew a flag out in his yard till the day he died because he had pride in what the American flag stood for, and it hasn't stood for anything of any importance as of recently in the past 15 years.
Longer.
I've seen people stomp on it. I have seen people burn that flag, and it irks me. But that is their right as a God-given American to do as they please, to represent themselves and to put themselves out there to test their freedoms and to test how far they can take their freedoms and see what would happen if they push the line. And if you push the line, justice will be served in the form of a swift but fair ass whooping.
I agree. It's been longer than 15 years, but I've been around for 100, so I've seen a lot more than you.
Right. I actually heard from Fox earlier. I heard the only reason you passed math class when you were in high school is because you cheated off of Jesus Christ.
That, and I'm a drummer, and I can only count to 4.
You'd make a great referee. You know, most of our referees can't even count to 3, so that would be
Me and
something
John.
cool right there.
Me and John.
When I started wrestling, they say find out what you're good at and market that. I would love to see a referee that is a rock star drummer who counts with his drumstick, just slap the ground 3 times. I think that'd be dope. Or like whenever you're out of the ring and they're counting to 10, slap your sticks together. I don't know. I'm not a creative team or anything like that.
It's creative. It's a good creative idea.
You know, I'm gonna have to talk to John about what I can do to. You know, things happen for a reason, and who knows what's going to happen from here with things. You're an instigator, Ace, in more ways than one. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Here's something.
I
go ahead.
I have always been an instigator since the age of 10. That's when my first niece was born, back home in California. And ever since then, there's just been niece after nephew. And growing up, my sisters always tormented me and tortured me. And having 3 older sisters, they would tie me to a chair, test their Ulta products on me, their Victoria's Secret makeup. They would use me as a test dummy. So as soon as they started having kids, I started having revenge. I started sending them home mad at each other. I used to start sending them home high on sugar. I picked my 5-year-old niece up from school one time, took her to 7-Eleven, got her a large Slurpee and a bag of Skittles, sent her ass home because it's not my problem. That's for my sister now.
It's not your circus, not your clowns.
Absolutely.
And Ace, you can use this one. You're an instigator motivator. That's I've used that one forever because you make things happen. You figure it out. You want some. Foxy, you were going to say something?
Yeah. I like that you. I appreciate you and appreciate you for serving for the United States Navy.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for your time and service. My grandfather, that's right up there, that passed away unfortunately 2 years ago. I still have a hard time. Victor knows this. He was in the in the United States Navy for 20 years. After the United States Navy, he went into. He was one of the first Native Americans. Yes, I am Native American. And he was one of the first ones. But after his retirement, he went straight back into. After he retired from the Navy, went back into recruiting for 10 years. After that, he went into working in the fire department over here in Moses Lake, and for about 10 years. Then he went on to the sheriff department for another 20 years. He didn't really fully retire until he was in his early 80s. Awesome, cool dude. I enjoyed listening to his stories. He's experienced. He's been to Guam, Vietnam, Japan. He's experienced all that. Matter of fact, he lived in the time when the Great Depression. He grew up around that. Always loved hearing those stories. Matter of fact, Victor's dad and him were just like it was crazy.
That's
But
the other- well,
long
my
story
father's
short-
retired Air Force.
oh yeah, but they were still
Yeah.
both funny guys. They both loved joking.
Sure.
But get
Yeah.
back to my grandfather.
Come on, get back to Ace, man.
Oh yeah.
I like
But anyways, cool guy.
that stuff I'm hearing for the first time.
Anybody that serves in the United States military or Navy, I always have to say
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you very much, because I never did. Foxy never did, but our relatives did, and we watched and we saw the sacrifices that they've made
Yes.
in their life. So still in contact, still know many military. So, and Ace, thank you for your time.
Yes.
And what you've dealt with. I don't want to see what you've seen. That part of it, I'm grateful that I haven't, but I'm grateful for that the people that have done it for us. So there you go. They're all serious, all serious. So anyway, so your dad, your grandpa, you have the three older sisters, and they have nieces and nephews. So have you found? Have any of those caught on that you're a pro wrestler, getting ready to go?
Yeah. So after I moved up here,
so any in the area also? Any of your nieces, or are they down south?
they're all down in California.
Okay.
The day they found out that their uncle was going to be a badass professional wrestler was during my wedding, which we touched on. Cody wasn't able to make it, but I made a friend at Relentless Wrestling who is the new Pacific Northwest champion, the dynamic Rook Kelly. He's just a great man all the way around. He has the gimmick of an 80s movie star, like an action movie star, quite like Van Damme. Oh my gosh, I always forget his name. Bruce Lee. He plays this character so well, and I absolutely fell in love with the character itself. Yeah. And I asked him, I said, hey, can't get Cody to be there, but you can't have a movie, you can't have a great scene without the supporting cast member, without the star, Rook Kelly. So I asked him to be the best man, and I told him right before the wedding, I said, Rook, I'm going to announce you when you come down the aisle. He was like, no, you're not. And the DJ had a microphone set up and everything for the wedding, and as soon as Rook started coming down, I told them, I said, don't play the regular walkout music for everybody. For the bride's or maid of honor and for the best man, I want you to play Rook's theme song when he comes out. So they started playing his theme song. I announced him coming out. I apologized that Cody wasn't going to be there. We had about 15 or so of the wrestling community family, from wrestlers and their wives to their kids. Yeah. My nephew Connor, he's like 7 or almost 8 now, but in my mind he's still a 4-year-old kid. He came up to me and he was like, "These guys are really cool. Did you know they're all wrestlers?" And I said, "Did you know that I'm going to be training with them and I'm going to be a wrestler as well?" And he went on and told my nieces and nephews, and they all came up to me and we're all talking about me being a wrestler and how cool it was. My niece Ella, she was born when I was 10. That was my first niece. She cried. She talked about how proud she was of me because as a kid, I used to wrestle with her. I used to hit her with a tombstone pile driver. I used to hit her with a pop-up power bomb, and her and I would wrestle for these belts that we had that were like plastic and pleather, like a fake leather, you know. Yeah. And she knows how long I've been wanting to be a wrestler for, and she said as long as she can remember, that's all I've ever wanted to be. Even when I was in high school and I tried to fit in with the kids there, and I tried to have a regular teenage life, which, I mean, I did to the best of my abilities. My friends and I, we would sneak dad's alcohol here and there. We would drive too fast. We would talk to too many girls. We would go to too many parties. We would be doing things that normal kids, of that age would do. And I used to tell people, no, I'm not a wrestling fan, but then go home and have my poster of Stone Cold Steve Austin and a picture of Macho Man Randy Savage and John Cena. And I had all the bells and whistles. I had over 200 action figures growing up, and that's all I was ever interested in, was being a professional wrestler. So she saw that whenever you put in the hard work and you put in the effort, that good things happen. I have a couple of action figures right now. My wife and I are currently moving, so we got boxes all over the place. I have an Ultimate Warrior as well. But I'm talking to my niece, and she was talking about how it's inspiring to her that she wants to be an astrophysicist, she wants to be a doctor, she wants to be all of these different things.
Awesome.
And I told her, I said, you're too young to have all of these ideas, just go and have fun. And she said, but Uncle AJ, when you were my age, you wanted to be a professional wrestler and you held on to it and you never gave it up. And I realized that even though I'm just an uncle, even though I wasn't around her a lot growing up,
You inspired
I
her.
was still someone she looked up to. I was still someone that she watched, and she believed in me before she was able to verbally say that she believed in me. And knowing that I'm able to reach my nieces and my nephews, and they are now doing what they love, and they're trying to figure out how to obtain what they want. My nephew Connor wants to be a football player, and now he's asking his mom to be put into tackle football. And my niece wants to be that astrophysicist doctor, and she's going to colleges, and she's only 12 years old, and she's going to colleges, and she's having conversations at like their meet and greets and their panels that they host, and she's learning more about the jobs that she's interested in. And they're trying because they saw that I tried. They see that their parents are trying, and I never realized how much I meant to these kids growing up until I made a sign asking Cody to be my best man. Because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd probably be at work hitting in overtime today. I wouldn't be chasing down this silly dream that I was going to be a professional wrestler.
Ace, let me interject. Let me give you knowledge from a guy that's 200 years old. Your nieces and nephew, when you said you're too young to, and you need to enjoy, you got to understand your niece that wants to be a doctor or a physicist. To them, that is fun. Obviously, that means something to them. That's education. Oh, yeah. Just because it's not fun for you and me, because that's the last thing I'd fucking want to do. That's not fun for me. But you got to understand. So I've been around enough for 200-300 years now that different people have different talents, and different people, their different talents and what they want to do and how they want to be. Not everybody wants to be the pro wrestler entertainer. Not everybody wants to be a drummer in a rock and roll band, even though people are envious of what I've done.
Right.
And they're envious. I say envious, not jealous. Envious, and that's a good thing, but you have inspired, and I've inspired. Foxy has inspired, even on what stupid stuff that we do, and you are inspiring. And I'm glad that you have the opportunity to know that, to have your nieces and nephews. I'm sorry, what was that again? Hashtag what? Let Ace in. Thank you. You guys are a little slow on me to take again. I'm ready to go. I've been on a microphone for 40 years, Ace, so it's a little different than what you do, but I'm ready to go. So
I've only been on the microphone going on 2 years now, I want to say.
You're doing well.
And that's overall. Like there's breaks in between. When I was a kid, I would go to youth groups and things like that, and people would tell me how funny I was. And I entered into a stand-up comedian talent show in Fresno, California, through my youth group, and ended up bringing home the gold medal and winning the tournament, or the competition that they had. Right. But as you were saying about my niece, and that's fun to her, but it's not fun to me. She said a similar thing along the same lines. She said, "Uncle, you know that people told you not to chase down this silly dream of you wanting to be a wrestler, yet here you are. You're doing it. You're proving everybody wrong." She said, "This is what I want to do." Mm-hmm. She was like, "I can't decide if I want to be an astrophysicist or a doctor.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to learn more about it so I can pick a career that best suits me." and she's using words that I don't fucking understand because
Right.
honestly,
I'm there.
I breezed through high school on nothing but F's, and I got told at the age of 16 that I was going to be going to prison if I missed my naval ship out date. So
Yeah.
I took 2 months. I think it was August and September, or August and October, to finish 4 years of school in 2 months, just so I wouldn't go to prison. And I've always had that dedication. It's just I never knew how to do it. I never knew how to implement it. And the way I was looking at my niece was the same way I looked at myself when I was 12, where all I cared about were Pokemon cards and boobs. So I was worried about her not enjoying her childhood without thinking she's caring about her future. She wants to work hard now, that way she won't have to later. I'm in a predicament myself where I'm grateful that I got into wrestling at the age of 21 and started fully training at 22, because some of the guys we see on TV are in their 20s, like
Oh yeah.
Devin Adams in NXT. He's younger than I am. He's 21. I think he just turned 22. I'm in that good area where if I can train for the next 2-3 years and get to where I need to go,
Yeah.
I could have a shot at being in the WWE because of my age. If this would have been later on, like I train with a gentleman named Hooligan McGinnis who constantly says that he's past the looking age for WWE. He doesn't think that it's a feasible goal for him anymore because of he's up there in age. He's late 30s, early 40s, and he just doesn't think that he can do it.
He's heard
I
of
just wish-
DDP. He's heard of
What was that?
DDP. Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah,
Okay,
he got him when he was older.
Huh?
Diamond Dallas Page got him when he was in his 30s or 40s. I want to believe. I believe.
Yeah, exactly. So go ahead, continue. From the old guy. Go ahead, continue,
Yeah.
please.
But after the interaction, after she absolutely fucking schooled my ass, that's the only time I've ever been schooled by a 12-year-old, except maybe on Fortnite. But after that conversation, I started thinking, she's not doing this because she thinks it's fun. She's doing this because she knows this is what she wants to do when she's older. She knows that if she works hard now, she won't have to later. And it makes me think, all of those years where I thought my dad was tormenting me, call back to earlier, when he put me on those sports and things like that, if I would have just stuck with it, I wonder where I would be now. But at the same time, I'm not mad at the facts that I didn't listen to my dad. Because if I listened to my dad, it would have sent me down a different road. I probably wouldn't have met my beautiful wife. I probably
wouldn't be where you're at today. You wouldn't be at where you're today. Do never, from the old guy that's 500 years old, don't regret, because it brings you to the point where you are in your life, and like you're already acknowledging. But I'm going to read it to anybody, not just you, because I've looked at back in my life, and Foxy and I have talked about this. It brings you to where you enjoy the day you're at, and you already know this. But to anybody of our listeners and watchers, enjoy the day and where you're at today. It may suck, then make it better.
Embrace the suck.
Exactly, because it's another day. We all have misery. Everybody goes, and my philosophy is, I'm a smart ass, and I will smile and I will joke. And me being Shockwarrior, a Wolfpack warrior, and being nobody in a little town, Spokane, doing what I've done, I put smiles on adults and kids' faces. I've inspired kids and adults being my crazy wacky stuff. I've walked into places all dressed and doing the shock. It was orange, yellow, and blue, so I was kind of a clown color. And I had people look at me like, laugh at me. But my dad, just like your dad, my dad came from a bad background, and that's why I've become who I am. But people laughing at me, they're laughing. They're not crying. They're laughing. Whether I'm telling a joke, whether I'm being goofy, you being you, standing up for people, you're making them smile. You want to entertain. You want to make a difference. So from the old guy that's 1,000 years old,
Looking at it,
Totally agree.
fully
I know.
looking at my background, because I'm not going to lie to you. I do this on a daily basis. I take time where I can, whether it's my 10-minute break at lunch, my 30-minute lunch break at work. If I'm just sitting in bed and I can't sleep, I just think back on how my life could be different. And I've come to the conclusion, I feel like this is the truth for me, knowing how I am and knowing how my family is, that if I would have just sucked it up and listened to my dad, it would have had me despise him into my adulthood. It would have had me wanting nothing to do with my dad. But my dad and I having a falling out when I was 16 until I was 19, almost 19 years old, was the best thing that has ever happened. Because I was able to look back and say, Dad, you're right. The world is not as nice as I thought it was. I know that you were doing this out of love. I know you weren't doing this to punish me. And being able to rekindle a relationship with my dad, and his passing, him leaving, being proud of me, is the last thing I remember my dad. That's the last thing. And the last thing he told me is how proud he was of me. And just hearing that, it's incredible, and
I do
being
know.
able to be in this position that I'm in, where I can say that I am training to be a professional wrestler, because I'm not saying I'm a professional wrestler just yet, not until I can beat the brakes off of Chase James.
And I'm sorry,
Not
one more
until I
time.
can
What was that again? That was hashtag
let Ace
let
in.
Ace in.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just knowing, just being older and understanding the place that my dad was coming from, rather than living in this fantasy that life is all peaches and cream. It's honestly a breath of fresh air, knowing that, hey, the old fucker was right. He might not have been the nicest, but he was fucking right. He treated you the way the world was going to treat you. He was setting you up for success rather than failure.
Yep.
And the thing I didn't agree with at the time is my dad would let me struggle. My dad would see the mistakes I'm making and then refuse to help me. But knowing why he did it, it's angelic, because
You tell me why now, because I know why he did it. I know why he did it, but you tell me, because you know now. Why did he make you struggle? Why did he put you through that? Because he didn't love you? I know he loved you.
and my dad fucking loves me for sure. I think there's a couple of different reasons. So I could grow up, so I can understand that you have to work your ass off for what you want, to make sure I wasn't soft. Because I'm sorry, my generation is soft. They're a bunch of softies. They just sit at home. I have a friend that I've known since kindergarten who currently lives at his mom and dad's house, doesn't have a job, eats their food, uses their power, uses their electricity, and doesn't do anything with himself. But my dad made me struggle. I feel like the number one reason he made me struggle is it pushed me to become a man, and nobody will listen to someone that hasn't struggled in their life. You can't sit there and say, oh, I understand what it's like, when you've never gone through what it's like.
Yep.
No one that has struggled, no, let me rephrase this. People that have struggled are the ones that have character. They're the ones that you turn to when you need help. They're the ones you turn to when you need advice. Like when we have our child, I don't plan on being exactly like my dad was.
You won't.
But I remember being a kid, and I broke a toy, and I took it to my dad and asked him to fix it, and he threw it away.
Wow.
And that broke my heart a little bit. And I said, no, we can fix it. And he had me figure it out on my own. Because no one's going to be there. No one's going to be there to solve all of your problems. So he implemented from a young age, hey, this is what you need to do. Currently at work, I implement it. I'm nothing more than the heavy lifting guy, the forklift operator, the dude that gets cabinets built. But there's things around the warehouse, there's things around the showroom, because we're building a showroom for the cabinets that we make. There's been holes in the wall. there's been leaky faucets, there's been all of these things that no one at work knows how to deal with.
Yep.
But I do. Because when things would break, my dad wouldn't fix it. My dad would teach me how to do it myself.
He would
So he would make sure I had the skills that I needed to succeed in life. And the one skill, the one attribute that he gave me was the never say die attitude. He said, if you are in a predicament where you are trying your best and it's just not working and it's not going the way that you want, you can at least go home knowing that you tried your best. Mm-hmm. So if I do ever get into this Royal Rumble match with hashtag let Ace in, if I'm able to get into this Royal Rumble match, I might not win. But when I go home, I count it as a win for me because I was on a stage that I wanted to be on. I was in a predicament I asked to be in. And I get to go home with my beautiful wife to our apartment, but I have a roof over my head. I have food on my table. If I try my best at the Royal Rumble and I fall short, I fall short. But I can go home a winner knowing that I tried.
Again, it's a win. Being a part of it, it's step by step. And your grandpa taught you what my father taught me, what Foxy's father tries to teach him, but Foxy isn't bright enough to catch on. Figure it out. That's what life's about. You go through shit and you figure it out. Good, bad, or different. If you want something, figure it out. If something happens to you, figure it out. And nowadays, it's easier for the generation, like you said. In my opinion, I agree with the soft. And I mean, you can Google how to do stuff. Yeah. I'm so old. There's no TV or internet or any of that back when I was growing up. We had cable.
We're in a time period where we have the entire world in the palm of our hand, and we use it for entertainment. We use it for AI. We use it to keep track of celebrities that'll never know who we are, unless you're me and Cody Rhodes, of course. Then,
or me and never mind. Keep going.
No, I was gonna say you and Ultimate Warrior, but with AI, those photos could be AI.
Yeah.
You're right.
We use the greatest learning tool that we have in life for everything but learning. And I'm guilty of it right now. I mean, we're doing a podcast for entertainment for I don't know how many people are watching right now.
Actually, do we have more than 5 people that watch this?
Yes, we do.
At least 5? Okay.
More than 5. Way more than 10.
Is it more than 70?
Sometimes, depending on what we're doing.
He got his whole family on here just to watch us shoot the shit. But
I've been doing this for 11 years. I don't regret it. I love doing it.
I'm just busting you, and Ace knows. Ace, it's so easy to pick on him, isn't it?
It is easy. It's easy to pick on him, and me being the size that I am, and knowing the things that I could do, I know that if he gets a little out of line, I could jump through this screen and turn those glasses into contacts if I needed to.
And see, Ace, I'm not even worried about you hurting me because I just cry old and you start crying. People will feel sorry for me.
I don't have to hurt you. I'm pretty sure you hurt yourself getting up out of bed in the morning.
Just about being 1,000 years old. It's not easy getting out, but I'm glad to be above the ground as far as I know. So,
right. I was gonna say those are the only sit-ups you do lately, huh?
Fortunately, my woman and never mind. I won't get into that. Never mind.
Oh, I'm good.
Before we go off the rails too much.
I know. So hey, let me get you back on. We were talking about family. I got basics on that one. You were talking about a Steelers fan. You're talking about San Francisco Giants fan, right? And you. So those are your two. What else do you get into? Do you know about arena football at all? Indoor football?
I do not. I have been trying to get into hockey a lot more recently. It's my wife's favorite sport outside of wrestling.
Yeah.
Call me a Mormon the way I converted her into wrestling so fast, but she's a huge hockey fan. One of our first dates were actually in Cheney watching them play hockey for the college. And that was pretty badass with the teddy bears and stuff that they do there.
You're talking about the Chiefs. Is it Spokane Chiefs?
Or
is it college?
They do it in
it was
all of
college.
hockey.
It was Cheney State or Eastern
Okay.
Washington University, I should say.
Okay. So Jordan, so is she a Chiefs fan? Yes, no?
Babe,
Jordan?
she's
You don't need. Oh, okay. Okay. So, yeah, Eastern. That's in a couple weeks is Spokane Wolfpack. That's my thing with the outdoor football team. That's we're actually can be at Eastern Washington. It's a red football field. Have you seen that?
I have. I watched their game there once. I watched them play college football there, and honestly, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but if I ever had the chance to play football for anyone, I would 100%.
Dude. We need to talk off camera. Okay. We'll talk tomorrow or later. Yeah. I'll have to get you tickets to the first home game. It's April 11th. It's a Saturday. It's 2 weeks.
Oh, for sure. I was gonna say, if you guys need a player, watch me pick 9 points off rip.
They were looking for players, and I don't know. And now I know somebody that might be. You might be. Okay, we need to talk. Okay, we'll talk.
With a jersey that says Atlas and red, white, and blue.
You never know what's going to happen. Again, things happen for a being 1,000 years old. I've seen things happen, and you don't expect them to happen, Ace, and they happen.
Right, like when the Red Sea got parted, and you watched that, like
yes,
crazy.
it was amazing. It blew me away. I couldn't believe that it happened. But then again, I was with Jesus, so how could I not believe it? Or Moses, whoever that was. Okay,
Moses.
See, I didn't even get my factual, but yeah, I'm older than that. Who do you think helped Jesus and Moses get the start? There's actually 3 tablets with 15 commandments, but I dropped one and I gave the 2 to Moses. Anyway.
Yeah, weren't you one of the 3 wise men?
Yeah, I wasn't wise. I wasn't that wise. So I was. I
you
didn't
were younger back then. I forgot.
No, but I just wasn't wise. I was one of the dumbasses back then. I've worked. I'm enjoying you, Ace. I'm enjoying the fun just because you're ripping. And you got once again. Let me preface by I've been married and divorced several times, and I have 3 brothers. And my parents were the ones that would say go play on the freeway. So yeah, I'm enjoying anything. I haven't really used the old stuff, just a little bit in my time. I'm stealing some of it from my dad because he used to get dinosaur jokes and stuff like that. So yeah, I was with the dinosaurs. Me and Fred Flintstone. You ever heard of?
Yep,
That's right. Me and Bam Bam. Me and Bam Bam. That's why I started drumming, because Bam Bam Flintstone or Bam Bam Rubble, because it was Pebble Flintstone. So and Dino the dinosaur.
Yeah,
what
my
time?
dad used to tell me he remembers. My dad said he remembers when TV used to be a stone tablet with some writing on it.
He had that? God damn, I didn't even have that. Son of a bitch. I am about time. We've been on for 3 hours. I personally am enjoying Ace. This has gone faster than any show that I've been a part of. Foxy?
And I still have like 5 questions I want to ask him too.
I am not trying to cut anybody off, but I have a woman that wants me, and I want her. So, Ace, you guys can keep going. It's up to you, Foxy and you. Ace, we haven't even touched on some of the stuff I wanted to touch on, but we got the major stuff out there. We got the hashtag.
Let Ace in.
Thank you. Let Ace in. And what was James?
Chase James.
James. I got to write this. Chase James 58.
Yep. On Instagram.
Tag him on Instagram. Anybody that's watching, because we want Ace to be a part of the Royal Rumble, June 13th, and it's the place is already picked. Yes.
It's going to be in Fairfield, Washington.
Okay.
Fairfield.
I know where that's at. That's over, I think,
where is that?
Seattle.
It's about 17 minutes outside of Spokane.
Oh,
okay. Which way? East, west?
I think it's a little south, like a little southeast or southwest.
Okay. I'll look it up. I know I've seen it. I just don't remember off the top. Okay.
I think that's the military base, isn't it?
No. No.
Okay.
Fairfield is if that's Fairchild.
Oh, okay.
That's Fairchild. I lived out there when I was with dinosaurs, but there's Air Force Base, Fairchild. I just want to touch base one more time. That we will, if you're available either in April or May before the Royal Rumble, I'd like to have you back on and talk about it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Chase is manned up and we'll put you in, and then we'll know about it. He's going to cower it out and not put you in because
most definitely
the
we'll get
pressure's
him back
on.
on.
You know, before you head out and our views go up, I just wanted to. This might be my first.
Go ahead.
This might be my first time here, but it's definitely not my last time. I plan on, if you guys would want me to, I plan on coming back.
Absolutely.
A couple times, you know.
Over Ace, it would be my pleasure to have you back on, and we might get Ace to even co-host once in a while.
Yeah.
And if I make it to the WWE, if I make it to that point where I'm a big name or even a small name on the roster, I'll still come on and shoot the shit with you guys.
I know you would. And if we have anything, if we have anything to help boost you, I've told you this on the phone. We've talked. We're behind you, man, 100%. And having you on the show is inspiring. How's that?
Yeah.
Take from war.
So I'm going to ask
the
two
best
questions.
Way to boost me.
Well, go ahead.
The best way to boost me right now,
yes,
is with hashtag Let Ace In, and with my Instagram, _Ace_Atlas. I know it's a mouthful, and I don't think Warrior knows what an underscore is.
I do. I actually do.
You do?
I know. It's hard to believe.
Like I'm not talking about what your team does at football with their underscore.
I know. And yet the Wolfpack has scored pretty well. Last year they did well. So I'm expecting this year to do well again. Keep going. Come on. You got to be faster than that.
Hey,
Come on,
if
Ace.
you guys want to do really, really well, reach out to me and throw me on, and I will the best I can.
I know you will.
All right, before we get out of here, because I have another stream to get to too.
Okay.
I narrowed my list down real quick.
Ace.
Okay, first question. What is your favorite wrestling moment?
My favorite wrestling moment. Oh shit. Okay, on the spot like that.
Good question.
I touched on it earlier, and it was Team Cena versus Team Authority. And it has nothing to do with John Cena, has nothing to do with the Authority. It's all about Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler was the last man standing on Team Cena, and he put away Luke Harper. He put away Seth Rollins. You know, Triple H came out and jumped Dolph Ziggler with Seth. Sting came out and helped out. Huge moment. I wish they wouldn't have gone the route that they did when they pulled Sting in. I wish it would have been Triple H and Seth jumping Dolph and Dolph just kicking out at 2 to make the crowd go a little bit crazier. But watching Dolph Ziggler absolutely clean house was one of my favorite moments in wrestling history. It's up there, though, with Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair. Whenever it was the last match between those two,
WrestleMania.
Right before Shawn hits the super kick or his sweet chin music, he looks at Rick and says, "Thank you, I love you," and then puts it away. It was a great end to a great story. I just thought it was phenomenal. That, or we can go the comedic route. We can go a little funny with this. Anytime Samoa Joe walks away when someone's about to jump off the top rope, that's hella funny. And one of the best heel things I've seen in my life. Or when R-Truth joined the Royal Rumble and pulled out the ladder, thinking it was a Money in the Bank match.
Yes, I remember that.
Because in wrestling, if we're going to be completely honest, there's so many great spots and so many great matches. And you could take Cody Rhodes and John Cena at SummerSlam, which was a 5-star match, and it was phenomenal and one of my top matches I've ever seen. But then you can give me like Santino Morella's matches, because you can't take the serious without the funny. And WWE and AEW has a really good way of portraying the funny characters and the serious characters, and they just go hand in hand so well. I don't know if this is on your list, but one of my favorite comedic wrestlers is R-Truth. One of the funniest moments. It wasn't even in a match. It was R-Truth announcing that he was going to be in the Royal Rumble, and he came out talking to Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. He was like, "You might be a big, big, big man, Paul Heyman." And Paul's like, "Dude, Brock's in the match, not me." And he said, "All right, I'm out. Fuck that."
Yeah. I'll say that's funny. I'll say one. I feel. I mean, people still talk about the whole Chris Benoit thing. I didn't even realize that one of the boys is still alive. I thought they both died, but he killed himself, killed his wife, and then killed his son. But his character back in that time was him and Eddie, awesome.
The Wolverine was fantastic. Mm-hmm. He was a badass wrestler. I mean,
but nowadays, I would say, I've heard a lot of people say this, LA Knight kind of brings off that vibe of Chris Benoit. Really love LA Knight.
You know, speaking of LA Knight, I got a comment on one of my TikTok videos not too long ago where this guy compared my voice to LA Knight, and he compared my size to Brock Lesnar, and he was like, "Your new name is LA Beast?" I'm like, pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, it is. Yep. All right, last question. Who was your idol in wrestling growing up?
Oh, this is a great one. So I have an idol, but I also have characters that I base my character off of. So I'm going to start with the people that I base my character off of. My character is a mix of Dusty Rhodes.
Love it.
And Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Heck yes.
Where I'm just, I'm blue collar till the day I die. I do odd jobs. I do all the heavy lifting jobs. I do the jobs that people don't usually want to do. But at the end of the day, I can crack open a few beers. I can sit down, have myself a beer, another beer, and another beer, and a Bloody Mary, and whip some ass, So just having like a little bit of the comedicness of Dusty Rhodes, like when he called out Ric Flair for wearing cashmere, and having like Stone Cold, not heel Stone Cold, because I'm not gonna be a heel. Right. But like
now I see
Stone
it.
Cold
Thank
versus Vince, or Stone Cold when he came out and beat the shit out of William Regal for reading Edgar Allan Poe or some shit, or Shakespeare, whatever it was. Like a combination of those two. But growing up, I always wanted to be like my idol, The Undertaker. And then I realized I don't have parents that are over 7 feet tall. I'm not going to hit 6'11". So that dream of being like The Undertaker went away really quick. Especially since I can't be dark and mysterious, as you guys have seen. I'm an open book. I talk and I talk and I talk, and I can't come out, roll my eyes backwards, and just say rest in peace. I have to give the crowd a little bit more, But I had the idols were back then Undertaker, Randy Orton, Stone Cold Steve Austin. So there's a little bit of overlap between the character that I am and my idols, which is Stone Cold, because he's right there in the middle.
Good W.
Yeah. Because Stone Cold was one of the best wrestlers of all time. One of the best on the mic. One of the best drinkers outside of Andre the Giant. Who, fun fact, Andre the Giant holds the record for most amount of bears drink in one sitting, and it's the equivalent. Huh?
Yes, he does. Oh, I'm an old school guy. I'm an old guy, so I know all this stuff. Go ahead, share with the rest.
And that record. I mean, later down the road, I plan on beating it whenever my body's ready to give up and have nothing else to do but drink beer. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna have 5 cases of beer. I'm gonna break his record.
Good luck.
But yeah.
Is Jordan on board for that one? That record breaking? She's asleep?
No.
Okay, you can say yeah.
She heard you. She rolled over. She's slightly awake, and she went. She gave me the DX. She told me to suck it, which
Yeah.
inappropriate, babe.
Yeah, that's I can't believe someone would do something, say something. Jordan, come on. We're professional.
You know-
We don't fucking swear on this goddamn show.
No,
How dare you? I'm offended being an old guy.
the best part about my wife and wrestling right now is anything that the guys say to me, I've heard worse from her.
Well, she's
Anything the
married
guys
to you.
hit me with, it's fine. She beats the fuck out of me on a daily basis.
And you
Calls
like
me a
it?
dumbass, you know?
She picked you. Go
Well-
ahead. Let's see. You started with whatever she calls you. She picked you,
No,
She
she
beat
beats
you.
me all the time.
and you like it. And then
Yeah,
again,
sometimes.
I know, right? Great questions, Foxy. Great questions, Jordan. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for
And
playing.
in closing, I always like to
You said thank you.
ask this real quick.
Thank you. I'll be.
what
Hold
is
on.
your-
Oh, Foxy,
go
Foxy,
ahead.
shut up. Foxy, shut up for a second. I'm
Okay.
talking to Jordan. Jordan, we'll meet here soon. We'll meet soon because, we'll meet soon. That's all. And thank you for letting me be on. And Ace, thank you for being on. And then Foxy,
Yes,
thank you for letting me be on again and putting me on, you dumbass.
I will.
Okay, I'll shut up.
And
It's all
For
you
legal
guys.
reasons, for
Next.
legal reasons, my wife doesn't beat me. I'm completely safe. I'm in good health. She would
What's up?
she would be over here and saying hi and everything like that, but she is camera shy. So when it comes to
I'm good with that.
Yep,
all of
I
this
understand.
stuff,
Plus, there's no photo evidence of her around you at this moment. So, yeah, she's innocent.
You can check out _Ace_Atlas on Instagram. My profile picture is of me and my beautiful wife. I
Awesome.
post a couple of things on there for promoing. Now here's the fun thing. There's a group on Instagram called Texas Promo Wrestling where we get on and we just shit talk each other. We do promos, we cut promos and things like that. I've been doing it for a little bit just to get better at promos and being able to think on my feet. So
You're pretty
if you
good.
guys want to see some promos that I've cut, go ahead and check those out. And when you're checking them out, feel free to put #LetAceIn. Please spam Chase James with that.
Yes.
It's going to confuse him, but he's going to ask me, like, why the fuck are these people saying this to me? And I'll be like, you need to put me in the Royal Rumble. You need to let this slide this one time. Put me in front of an audience. Watch me get a bigger pop than you ever have.
Yep.
And go from there.
Just let him know he's jealous. Yeah. Once again, it is Chase James 58, and it's #LetAceIn, and we are totally behind you. Again, I should have shut up. I gotta shut up. I gotta go. We'll be talking Ace soon. Actually, very soon. Steven, say what you're gonna say. You're up.
But it's okay.
Now that I take over, go ahead.
Last thing I'll say is next podcast will be on April 17th, week before my birthday, by the way. And then
You're a Taurus too. Are you a Taurus?
Yes.
God damn, I knew I hated you.
And then my other half is a Gemini.
Well, I'm Taurus too. I didn't realize our birthdays right next to each other.
Yeah.
God, I hate you. God, I hate you.
Like four.
Jesus,
like
jerk each other off in private.
I have like 5,
Well,
6 people that I'm close to that have birthdays right around same.
Me too.
It's crazy.
Chase.
But anyways, in closing, what was your motivation be starting with Victor to motivation,
For everybody, as always,
motivation to be in life.
Yeah, just always do the best you can do. Always try to be better, because you never know who you're inspiring, as well as life is a struggle. But be the best you can be. and you never know what's going to happen, who's going to come into your life. I didn't know Steven was coming into my life years ago. Ace is now in my life. It's life can be fun, and you just got to be open to it.
Ace.
Yeah, motivation. I feel like Warrior did hit it on the head pretty well. I will say, try to be better than you were yesterday. 100%.
Yes.
The only person that you have to impress in your life is yourself. The only person that knows you best is yourself. The only person you have to live with for the rest of your life, from the first breath you take to the last, is yourself. So make sure you're someone that you are proud of. As well as I said this earlier, make your bed in the morning. Because if you don't do anything else the rest of the day, if you feel like you didn't accomplish anything, you can at least look at your bed and say, I made my bed this morning.
I agree. Mine would be, hold on here after I drop all these pictures. Hold on. Freaking too many papers.
You're not on the fly. Keep going.
Hey, if you got to write your motivation down and you don't have it by memory, is it really motivation?
Yeah, really.
Yeah. I always write down, that's one thing I always do, is I always write down my goals or what I want to do for the week too.
No, and that's absolutely fair. That's actually right there. That could be motivation. Just write down your goals, list them out, long term, short term. Because there's no better feeling than taking that marker and scratching something off that list. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Mark it off.
Yes.
Because right now, the one thing that's on my list that hasn't been scratched off is wrestling in this fucking Royal Rumble. So hashtag let Ace in so I can scratch that off.
Yes. All right. Last. Mine would be always think positive. Don't worry about the haters. That's for anybody that wants to be a streamer or content creator. I will say, don't worry about the naysayers. Always think what's in front of you, not what's on the left or the right or in the back. Always focus positive, because positivity wins every day, any day of the week. And treat each and every day like it's your last. And always be positive.
There you go.
You know,
Hey,
that reminds me of a quote. Reminds me of a quote of a singer that, like, he's an up and comer. His name's Jelly Roll.
Oh,
he said,
Jelly Roll. I love Jelly Roll.
One of the most motivational things I've ever heard a man say was Jelly Roll, and he said, the rear view mirror is smaller than the windshield for a reason.
Yes.
Because what's in front of you is more important than what's behind you.
Exactly. And that's actually where I came up with that.
But so you also know who Jelly Roll is? Okay. All right. I thought, he's really underground. I didn't think anyone knew who he was.
Yeah, a few people have, apparently. I've even heard of him. So, Ace, thank you.
Yes.
Foxy,
Ace, thank you.
Thank you. We'll talk to you guys soon. Everybody else, thank you very much.
Yes.
Again, Ace, you'll be back. I love it.
Yes.
Thank you very much, man. I
No
do.
problem.
Nice to see you guys. Thank you.
I'm out.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you guys for having me on tonight. It's been a fun
Get out of here.
4 hours. You all have a good night.
You too.
Get out of
Bye-bye.
here. Get out of here.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
See you guys.